And Bishojo used a grenade to hopefully stun the golem, because it's a magical grenade, so she's hopeful. Mainly it was my fault as GM. I thought she had a different type of grenade, and my bad. So it's still going to have an effect, just not the effect that I thought it would have given the situation.
Wait. No, I forget.
I'm first again?
You are rather speedy, Thrax.
Yeah.
Apparently so.
I have 10 initiative if I'm in my armor. So
Gotta go fast.
Be the first in the fight.
You've got 3 more rolls than I do. 3 more chances than I do to get first, but you've got 6 more hits.
Fucking look at a Bob with his 8 hits.
Yeah, it still only gives me a 9.18 though on 3 hits. For 3 passes, I mean.
Yeah, 1/8 is pretty big. I mean, of course, the golems is 3, as in 30. So, good luck ever beating that.
Well, Thena, Magork, Thrax. And hey, if you make it lucky, and the golem can just roll like a critical fail.
Unlikely. Thrax, you have initiative. What is it that you plan to do?
Well, I think...
we left off with Thrax and Heinrich both grappling the golem, essentially.
Yes.
What's that term called again?
Wrestling?
No, not wrestling. Not immobilization.
Grappled?
Not grapple. I want to say suppress, but no, it's not suppress either.
Submission? Oh.
Subdue, that's it. Subdual.
Subdued.
Yep, pretty much we just have enough hits to keep him stationary. It's about the best we got right now.
And I believe that Heinrich communicated his plan to lift this motherfucker up.
Yeah.
Alright then, yeah, Thrax would be, preparing to lift as soon as he can with Heinrich.
Alright, so a ready to action to lift. Magork.
Okay. I don't know. I'm trying to think what he did last. Oh yeah. The last time he yelled about the Green Towers. Something about those. So he's going to keep yelling at you guys about get the fucking tin cannon to Green Towers. That was horrible. Sorry.
Any physical actions he's taking while saying this?
What is his... What would be to roll his intelligence? Sort of?
Common sense is intuition plus logic, modified by wounds. So, how wounded is he?
I'm at -2. Almost -3.
All right, and his logic and intuition, well, yeah, so you've got at least 4 dice.
Okay. Okay, I think that's good enough to know that there's a other plan. So he starts to run after the Bad Dragon costume ganger.
He has lost sight of that individual, by the way.
Oh.
This is big pink cloud of smoke.
Oh.
He
starts running towards the smoke because that's where he saw him last.
Okay. So you want to do a running test to get that
Yes.
extra movement? Okay.
And my running power. Nine. Because of wood. Oh, great. That either.
So it's an extra 4, so 10.3. Which makes sense. It gets him just to the edge of the cloud of pink smoke.
What the fuck is that?
And we're on to Athena.
It's fabulous. That's what it is.
So Athena is going to aim and take another step, take another kick, and since I have no edge left, she's going to take the kick and then start talking about moving back because she's hopefully going to draw the attention of the column.
The creature does not try to evade, and
Can he even evade when he's being?
he doesn't even try. I'm saying. So, what's the damage output on yours?
It's a total of 18, with 50% armor due to the water. I'll be surprised at all if this hits. Hurts, I should say. Four damage for a total of 14. Oh, wait a second. I should be rolling a +4, shouldn't I? For Thrax and Heinrich.
Okay. Yep. Go ahead.
I'm
and roll
sorry.
your Additional 4 dice there. That's not
Total of
too
6 damage.
bad. Okay.
And then she's is Sloman out? Like unconscious? Or is she still like magnetically clumped?
Yeah, she's shouting and unhappy. Actually, I think I forgot to roll for her, didn't I? Yeah, I don't see her on the initiative tree, so let me just impersonate her real quick. And what is her dice pool? She's an 8-2. Okay. Initiative 8-2. And I can just sort. Sort. And then clear her bars because she doesn't need that right now. Okay. But yeah, you also dealt a little bit more damage to this big old beastie. And right, you're using your magical ability, right?
Yes.
So the splash of water, it's going to spread. Like, or are you just using your magical fist? You said you were using your water fist
Yeah.
as half of AP.
Yeah.
So considering Thrax and Heinrich are essentially in melee with this thing as well, there's potentially going to be some splashback. So I'd like Heinrich and Thrax to both roll their strength times 2 with a negative of how much is your magic, Athena?
It's 8.
With a negative 8.
Okay, so that's 10 because it's 9 times 2 minus 8.
Wait, your strength plus body?
No. Strength times 2.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Minus 8.
So strength times 2 and then minus 8.
Correct, yes.
Okay, strength times 1 then.
Does the fact that it's being held affect the knockback of the spell?
They're basically, like, yeah, they're offering their support here by trying to hold it.
Okay. I didn't know if it would like. It's like if you punched while your back is up against the wall, instead of being pushed back, it basically cements the punch into your chest.
Yes, but notice your positioning here.
That's true. So I might potentially be knocking him out of his head. Is what you're saying?
Yeah,
Him out of their head.
it out of their
Yes.
hands.
You caught.
Oh, by the way, did we have any edge renewal?
Oh shoot.
No edge renewal. This is the middle
Okay,
of a
so-
combat.
How did you get 10 SR for Heinrich?
Power armor.
So
Does the fact of power armor strength actually give the? I know it's a strength upgrade, but does that literally upgrade your strength?
The suit's strength is added to your existing
Okay.
strength.
Yeah, I didn't know how that worked. All right.
Okay, so you have 9 strength then, Heinrich, right?
Yeah, grand total augmented is 9, which is 9 times
Okay.
2, which is 18 minus 8.
Okay, yeah, then it makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, you can get some ridiculously high strength if you have power armor on top of massive cybernetics.
Or, like a certain adept if your strength is bolstered by magic.
Yes.
This spell is called Attribute Boost.
It's all a matter of stacking the stuff up.
That might be something for the far, far future.
About
All right, Heinrich, it is your turn. The grip you had on the creature is disrupted a bit by Athena's water blast, essentially, and you feel the whole thing lurching away from you, and then suddenly you're not getting the same resistance you were. Instead, it feels like you're holding something a lot lighter, and you hear thud, 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 thud on the ground at your feet.
No.
Is this thing pulling like an M. Bison and about to do some electromagnetic railings shit?
Well, it's thinking about it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. This thing is full on pulling M. Bison from Street Fighter movie.
Bobo, read the text.
I know, it's thinking about it. I know.
Okay, I thought.
I have never seen that movie.
You should. It's sadly one of Raul Julia's last films, but he just goes full. He just gives it his all.
I've seen clips of it, yeah, but never the whole movie.
Yeah. Just gotta love Raul Julia. Even though he knows it's a shit movie, he just still gives it 110%.
What is Heinrich doing, Bob?
Like I said, what I'm trying to do is just lift him and then slam him into the ground so we can get him off his feet.
All right, go ahead and give me your lifting roll, please.
And I prepared an action to do that at the same time, by the way.
Oh yes, that's a good point. So you do your lifting roll as well, please, Thrax.
Because they kind of look at each other and nod and go, 1, 2, 3, heave!
You can see each other's shapes through this dense smoke. Dense pink smoke. Pastel pink.
Any penalties on that, by the way?
No penalties. Not unless you have wounds to worry about.
Nope, I don't.
I'm out of edge, so I can't make this better.
All right, so both of you feel successful in hauling something up. I don't know if you want to just lift it or if you want to raise it over your head or what exactly you're doing, but both of you feel quite successful in lifting. And I'd like you both
Why
to
don't you
also
just
roll.
lift it up?
I'd like you both also roll common sense, please.
Can I roll common sense as I'm seeing what's happening? I never slept.
You can roll perception to see if you see what's happening. Again, you're in dense
That's right.
combat, military grade. Yeah, so Heinrich, you're under the impression that victory is yours. This thing is practically falling apart between the efforts of yourself, Athena, and Thrax. And Slowman will also let out a sound of, you know, herself falling to the ground, and you realize that. Athena, you see movement in front of you, but I mean, it's hard to make out exactly what's going on. Thrax, you haven't figured anything out. All you know is you've lifted something in your hands.
By the mighty strength of Thrax!
And what do we roll to? Oh, so I guess we're doing this turn to lift and then next turn to slam if he's still in our grasp.
Oh,
actually,
you want to do like a whole motion of lift and slam?
Yeah,
I thought we were going to carry it to the tower.
But Bobo specifically did say he wanted to slam it.
Okay, well then Thrax follows that plan.
In any event, Heinrich, yeah, you can bring it down as well. So go ahead and roll your strength. Well, I guess strength plus agility.
Okay, so that's 17.
Do I also need to roll something here, since Thrax is kind of following along with the...
So Thrax would want to lift and throw. He's not just lifting to carry to the Green Towers.
Well, yeah, he would initially just be lifting, but if Heinrich starts to like drop it, he would likely be like maybe catch on.
Yeah, but he can't really see Heinrich.
Okay, well then it's just up to Heinrich.
Okay. That's not too bad on 17.
So you hear the sound of heavy metal smashing against heavy metal on the ground by your feet.
Oh shit! I dropped it.
No,
Thrax says.
Thrax, you're still holding on very firmly to whatever it was you picked up.
Okay.
Okay, out of character, we know what this thing did.
All right, and so Doggy, what's 50 divided by 3? I think that's plenty.
50 divided by 3? What, like... 16? 17? Some...
It's already in the bottom. 16,666.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's in the
okay.
chat already.
I know it wasn't 17, I know it wasn't 16. Somewhere between.
And then there's also the burst of fire as Deimos burps out a flame onto the area right in front of you. So the smoke diffuses the light, but you can all distinctly see the flash. And Thrax, you with your psychic link, you know exactly what Deimos is doing.
Ah, good! Burn it, spirit, Deimos! Burn it! Make its soul catch fire!
Hauser, how are you doing?
Doing good, just on the phone, waiting for a response.
Oh yeah, that's right. Roll your edge. No one answers yet. Bishojo, you're just on the cusp of your cloud of pastel's pink smoke.
I am going to stand up, and then I'm going to make a, a composure check to find out whether or not I decide that this is a good day to die.
Okay, okay. Wound penalties affect the composure, but Chummer doesn't record it.
And I also think I'm going to pre-edge this because of those wound penalties. Wouldn't be happy about that, but she doesn't control her edge.
I did not like to look at what I just saw blink.
I believe that is enough to overcome her compulsion.
Absolutely, yes.
Well, I don't believe... Well, actually, I guess I can still move after I stood up, right?
You may indeed.
So yes, I remember our mage mentioning that she can heal people, and I don't want to go down before this thing does.
Okay, so you're limping through the dark cloud of pink. Then I'm also going to have to ask you to make a running test. Even though you were moving relatively slow, it is difficult terrain that you're on, as well as visibility problems.
All right.
You can substitute for gymnastics if you'd prefer. Basically, it's something for you to keep your balance. And Hunter, you're not allowed to go BRB apparently because MapTool says it's invalid.
Sorry for, I got used to using the square brackets for out of character.
No worries, you can take yourself a quick break. Bishojo, I also moved you back 2 meters just because of the terrain issue.
All right. All right, then I'm going to go grab some food while she tries to get herself some help before, she dies.
Okay. Thrax, it's your turn again. You heard the smash of metal against metal, and your dog just breathed fire. What do you do?
Am I still lifting something?
Yes, you are absolutely still lifting something.
Then Thrax is going to try and run. He kind of goes like, "Ah, I got it, victorious!" And he tries to run out of the crowd back towards the green towers with whatever he's carrying, because he thinks he's carrying the golem.
Okay, well then go ahead and give me a running test.
Original running line.
Oh my god.
Edge
Not a
that.
full glitch. It's not a true glitch.
Yeah, but it's still only one hit. So you may move.
Oh, it's not a
3
true glitch?
meters.
Okay, then don't edge that.
Yeah, but you can only move 3 meters.
Okay, I guess that's all of it then.
All right, Henry, how about you? Henry says, okay, first off, how would we even lure it to that? Pointing to the towers Magork pointed to. Second, why? Oh, and third, you had already cast that on her last session, but you only got one, like, you only got 2 hits, so you could shut it off and try to cast a better version if you wanted. So Henry is shouting very loud out to Magork, why? Well, Magork, it's your turn. Do you assume the why was directed to you, or what?
With 2 common sense. Oh dear. I mean, technically he couldn't know that he is yelling at him because is this a structure over here?
Yes, yeah, well, it's materials that are blocking line of sight.
Yeah. So even if I could hear her, I wouldn't have any kind of knowledge, why, like, that she was yelling at me. So I'm just going to ignore that and keep running through the...
Except no one else has been saying anything as loud as you have, and you just finished saying, get it to the towers, and you hear just
right.
off in the distance, why?
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That actually makes sense. Just the turns take so long that it feels like it's... No, you get it. It feels like it's been several minutes when in fact it's not been even a few seconds. I'm trying to quickly think how he would word this, say it.
A quick question, by the way. Am I not supposed to run the 3 meters in addition to my normal speed? Because...
No, because that was actually a test to see if you dealt with the difficult terrain successfully.
Okay, yeah, that's fair then.
As for what Magork would say, probably along the lines of, you'll see, again through a filter of unintelligible.
All right, and he can take some further physical action. What was it that he was planning to do there?
Keep on running to catch the bad dragon costume ganger. Well, try to find him first. So,
All right, so you'll have to make a running test with a threshold of 2 to navigate the thick cloud of pastel pink smoke.
Okay.
I just went ahead and I moved you
Thank
for
you.
you. Okay, it's Athena's turn.
Okay. And she's going to take one last swing. Well, like a kick towards the thump that she heard on the ground, and then she's going to start backing away. And she's telling everyone around her that she's doing it. So should I roll perception so that she sees like a large group on the ground?
So yeah, you can roll perception, and we'll see what you get there. Okay, so you see some movement still going on. So there's definitely something still, quote-unquote, alive in the smoke ahead of you.
Okay. Do I no longer get the bonus from attacking that I got from Heinrich? So
That is
just
correct. You no longer have the ganging up bonus. And I also want you to roll your edge before you roll anything further.
Are you sure he's not getting the gang up bonus? Because Deimos is still there.
No, like I said, I'm quite sure. So,
Okay.
Oh no.
1 point of edge. Okay, go ahead and roll.
Alright. So I'm going to continue with the line of action I was going down, but I'm pretty sure the spirit is no longer inhibiting, is no longer, I can't what's called, inhabiting?
Yeah, or possessing.
Possessing, thank you. I'm fairly sure that's what's happening right now, isn't it? Oh, no, Kara. Please tell me I just kill Sloman.
You did not just kill Sloman. You dealt a significant amount of damage to her, though.
Jesus Christ.
So what was your total?
The total damage there was 23. 50% damage reduction. Sorry,
The
22.
armor
22.
reduction.
Yes, 50% armor reduction.
Oh fuck, what if it's going to possess Heinrich's armor?
Oh, mine!
Oh yeah, where did you take off that armor exactly? It was next to Drygon, right?
Nope,
Oh, no,
it's
so
way back
there?
here. Yep,
Okay,
right there.
So I'm gonna just copy pasta and
Yeah,
rename
there.
that to
It was right next to the gray square. Alright.
So like there?
There. Right next to the square.
Okay.
So,
Good
with
thing it did so
22
pixelated.
damage.
We can see.
Yeah. Yeah, we can have distinguishers. Yeah. So with 22 damage and 50% armor reduction, what does Sloman roll to defend against that?
You also got to take into account you kind of did a surprise attack on her.
Yeah, that's why she's not willing to dodge.
Oh no. Wait, she has no armor on?
Heinrich was saving up to get armor for both of his squires, but he prioritized weapons first.
Oh no. So what is 21 damage?
That is a bad choice. You go armor first, then weapon.
Yeah.
Train them
Please
in
don't tell
his
me I
fighting
just did
style.
not kill Sloman.
Train them in Heinrich's fighting style. I need to get them a great weapon.
Yeah, but a weapon is useless to a dead person.
But you got
And
to
armor stops you from being dead.
Heinrich's mental issues. What would you do in a night training? Would you train them in the armor, or would you train them the way of the blade?
You start with armor. Then you go to the knife. Blade. Because you keep them from
Honestly, you go to the mace, but whatever.
Survive.
Yeah, that's the way they actually get it. Is
Not how Heinrich does it.
Quick question. What does the Phoenix feel when she hits?
Something a lot squishier than she expected.
Okay. So, I'm gonna roll composure. To make
That's a
sure
good
that.
point. This would feel like a failure.
Yeah. Well, it would fail you to punch. but not a failure of the mission just yet. So it wouldn't really be. Okay, good. It wouldn't feel. It's not a failure yet, but she's starting to feel like it could follow that route. She has no. I don't think that she'd know what she hit. But does she feel it, like, going straight through the person?
Not straight through her target, no, but she definitely feels her target get pushed away.
Okay.
And she'll hear the sounds of something ragdolling against the ground in this direction.
Yeah, something that's not metallic, something that's soft tissue.
Yeah.
Well, there's also the sound of metal clanking against metal as well. We gotta remember that, yeah, there's that.
Does slowing make a sound?
No sounds that Heinrich recognizes as Slowman. But yeah, Mary, oh goodness, Mary. What is she even capable of doing at this point? Fuck it. I think she wants to summon a spirit, maybe. Yeah, that might be a good idea, because well, no. She's gonna cast this spell. That makes way more sense.
I really hope he didn't kill my squire.
Uh-huh.
But damn. Of course, I should have declared force first, but she has to resist 4 with a dice pool of 9. Okay, so she's doing something. It's now Novi's turn, who I believe she did a courage roll last time, so she's now going to utilize that courage. No, did she succeed or did she fail? I can't remember.
She
was
succeeded
charging
instead of
in.
moving forward.
Okay,
I
well,
don't think she succeeded. Okay.
what did Frosty say?
I didn't say anything.
Oh, okay. All right, what did Bob say?
I said I think she succeeded, but not by a great amount. Like only like 1 or 2 hits.
All right, and what did Hunter say?
She got 6 hits, I think, on her composure roll. And was moving forward. And cursing herself for doing so.
Okay, so I'm going to side with Hunter on this one. That's right, and she failed miserably on her running test, I believe.
Yeah, she got one beater and then fell on her face.
Yes. Well, I don't think she fell. I think she kind of tripped over her feet. She's still standing, but didn't get as far as she wanted. Because her token doesn't say prone or anything. So yeah, I would have flagged her as prone if she fell. This time she's using edge. Woohoo! There's the ticket. Okay. And so that would be 12 and a half plus 14 is 26.5. Goddamn Novi, you suddenly just Usain bolted here. Like, holy shit. All right, Henry, you and Mary will be the only ones to see this, but do you see that, Kara? Is Kara here or is she BRB? Oh, he's... You see where my arrow's pointing?
It's a
Is there
spirit.
not something underneath my arrow?
I see it.
There is.
Okay.
The spirit is no longer. Sorry, I'll let you explain.
I want to know if you could see what I was pointing at, and confirm that you can. Yes. So that is the spirit of the golem, free from the golem, leaving the cloud of magical powder, and then swooping into the sky. Heinrich, it is your turn. You just smashed some very heavy metallic thing against some other heavy metallic things.
He was actually in character, and I'm going to continue to follow through with this, even though I know what this kind of means. He was going to check on Sloman next because he knew she was attached to the creature at a point.
Are you interrupting there?
Out of
Athena?
character interrupting. How does this affect electronics now that the spirit is so far away and the actual golem is gone?
Electronics will resume functioning in the immediate area.
Heinrich is going to be picking up his sword and his...
He can't see his sword.
He's going to look through the pile of metal.
Okay, so go ahead and do a perception roll. But, okay, wait, well, what else did you want to ask there, Twister?
Was Hauser not holding an action to communicate with people? And now that this is all cleared up.
The police. He's calling the police.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, that's I missed that word. Sorry. Go on.
Two hits.
You do not see or feel Sloman or your sword yet.
Okay. Well, he's gonna have Sloman. He's gonna just be saying in character during this turn as he's looking for his sword. Is just Sloman to see if she's okay and stuff like that.
So, Sloman, can you hear me?
Yeah.
You definitely do not get any reply from Sloman.
Out of character, I know that, and I know why. In character, Heinrich, it's too fast for Heinrich to take that into account yet.
And the Deimos burps out another fireball into the pile of metallic components, and you will all see the glow of the fire within the cloud quite clearly. Do we have Hunter back?
Yes, indeed.
Okay, Hunter, give me another edge roll, please. Fantastic. Wow. Okay, so you will get your call through to the London Police Department or the Scotland Yard or whoever it was you were specifically reaching out to, and they will ask, what is the emergency?
Yes, Hauser would explain the situation, the fact that he's one of the volunteers, and there's something in the sewage treatment plant that's tearing people in half.
Okay, so he's given the location.
And the fact that he cannot see it.
Okay. So that's going to basically take up all your time because that is fairly wordy. But you will receive the response that they have what's the word? Fuck. Reinforcements en route.
Okay.
Bishojo.
I guess I make another running test as I try and limp towards where I think help is.
Okie dokie. What's your usual run speed and how many actions per turn?
3 actions per turn, and I have the standard or movement speed of 1025.
So I'll let you move 6. Okay, and go ahead and give yourself a perception roll now that you're out in the clear.
Active or passive?
It's going to have to be passive because you did the running roll. Of course, you still get your devices that assist you.
I don't have any for visual. I have rating 3 audio enhancement.
I didn't give her any contact lenses?
You did, but they don't have vision enhancement. They have
Okay.
image link, flare comp, stuff like that.
Okay, and do you have any sensors with a camera that happens to have the vision enhancement?
It does not appear I do. I don't have a whole lot of stuff.
Okay, sorry, I could have swore I built her differently than apparently I did. Sorry.
Well, which time? It's obvious that their equipment underwent more than one revision.
Okay, but with 2 hits, you can definitely see Bad Dragon Costume Dude, who's just sort of staggered at the moment. Novi, who is running towards you with great speed, and off in the distance, Henry, who's also running towards the group.
Let's see here. Is Henry close enough for me to shout to her?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
So yes, she'll in her best drill sergeant voice, you know, get over here and patch me up. I don't want to go down before this thing does. And that's it for her.
Would I hear that?
Yeah, no, she's loud enough, and the cloud of smoke doesn't impede audio, really.
Then Fax would probably go out, I got its leg! I got its leg! I got its leg!
Oh, he has no idea how true that is.
Sorry, I thought Kara was typing something there, but looks like she changed her mind, or no? Okay. Righty then. So right, it's the Bad Dragon's turn. To it, give me another perception roll, Bish and Henry. No, not active, but not for you. Okay, you're focused on Henry right now. That's not a real glitch, and Henry, you will notice this. Well, of course, because you're in astral sight anyway, so you are fully aware that the Manlog spirit has possessed Bad Dragon Costume Ganger, and the Bad Dragon Costume Ganger is bulking up a bit. Like, he's now pressing against the insides of his costume around the torso area. Novi also sees this and says, "What the fuck?"
Frax keeps on running. Another running test.
Absolument. or gymnastics if you prefer.
I might actually prefer that. Let me look it up. Gymnast. No, I don't prefer that. Running it is.
All right, so you may move 8.3.
And he comes running out of the cloud of smoke, screaming, "I'm marathon, bitches."
Right, so now that you're out, if you care to look at what you're carrying, it is the groin of the golem, essentially.
Oh, it's scary.
I don't have its leg!
Okay, wonderful, Thrax, wonderful. And it's Velk's turn again. She technically loses sight of Magork when he enters the cloud, so she's hovering above the cloud right now. High ground. There we go. Or Henry, do your spirits utilize their innate flight ability, or do they deny it as part of your tradition? Okay, so Valkyries can fly according to Kara's tradition. Henry, it is your turn. She yells at the top of her lungs, "It's in the costume man. It's going to kill him. Stop it." And she casts sheet ice under the Gengar's shoes. Okay, so what is the page number on that spell, Kara? And is that under Street Magic or... Oh, it's under the core rulebook? Okay. So page 210. And which force are you going to be applying? Okay, force 5, so we will make that a 5-meter radius, or smaller if you choose. So, or is it the number of hits that determine radius? Threshold is equal to the hit. Yeah, so yeah, it's 5 meters maximum. You can make it smaller than that as you will. Right, and there we go. And then what you roll is your spell casting. I don't know what your dice pool is for spell casting, but it should show up. Okay, so your threshold is 3, and then what will be your force was 5, right? So I can just check this book right here. Ooh, damn. 5 divided by 2, so its force is 5. You need to resist 5 stun damage. Okay, so unless you want to edge that, you're going to take 3 stun damage, which applies a -1 modifier. So if you edge, you get to roll the 10 SR4 instead. Okay, so by the force of edge, you do not take any damage, and there is now this big ice area at the feet with 3 hits, I believe. Yep. So characters crossing the ice mist make an agility plus reaction test with a threshold equal to the hits scored to avoid falling prone. Vehicles do a crash test instead. And Henry shouts out, "Watch for ice." All right, it is Magork's turn.
Okay. I guess I keep running, and it would be logical to run towards the sound of the female yelling about the dragon guy. Although I don't know if McGork is that intelligent.
Well, you can roll common sense again if you really think he's that dumb, but when
No, I
someone
don't
says,
think he is. I'm just asking you because.
well, his logic is 1. That's pretty poor. But his intuition is 5.
Yeah, let's go with intuition then. Okay, she was yelling about the dragon guy. I'm looking for the dragon guy. Let's run to that direction.
All right, and so you can move 10.3. Oh, sorry, 8.3.
Okay, well, probably would run towards the sound, find a wall, follow the wall.
That's not a wall, actually. That's a pile of sand.
Well, pile
So-
of sand. Anyway, like, I have to go up. Oh well, no, he would go up the pile of sand. How much would it slow him down?
Yeah, that's about as far as he'd get. But, yeah, no,
Like-
that's it. That's about it.
Okay.
All right, and it's Athena's turn. Oh yeah, you wanted to move your last turn, didn't you?
Yeah, but upon hitting something that wasn't what I expected, she's not moving okay. So, she's going to actively perceive. Well, basically going on her hands and knees, crawling in that direction. Looking for what she's looking for. Looking for whatever the fuck she just did.
So yeah.
Sorry,
feeling-
I'll re-roll that. Do I have to...
Sorry, why are you re-rolling?
sorry, not re-rolling. Reverting last move. Do I have to roll to move?
You're crawling, so
Yeah,
you're
okay.
already moving
Okay.
very slowly.
Now my
and you
second
moved-
question is,
How far was that? Like 2
I-
meters? Yeah, no problem.
2 meters is fine? Okay. Does she find anything this far?
Basically, right at the end of her movement, she'll be able to reach out and she will feel Slowman's leg.
Okay. Am I only allowed to move 2.3 meters?
Yeah, for you're actively searching as you're crawling.
Okay.
And,
All right.
Yeah.
That works.
You were specifically looking for what you hit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And now that she found it, she's just gonna be like, Sloman? I'm gonna do a second composure test.
Slow man.
Phobos is hot on your heels, Thrax.
Excellent.
Mary will also chime in. It's inside the guy in the stupid costume. The spirit is in the guy. So Novi will hear this, and it's a composure roll time for her. She is going to try and be a hero. She's also, well, I guess I should roll common sense just to see if she's going to run out on the ice, because that would be dumb. She's not dumb enough to run out on the ice. She will instead drop to her knee and pull out a rifle from the case that she carries with her. So, Henry, with supernatural precision, it just pushes forward over your ice. Sorry, software's being a bit sluggish, trying to find out what its unarmed combat skill is here. Right.
What punch?
Heinrich, you're going to want to work on some more defensive activities with your squires, I think.
He's AFK.
What?
No, he's not. But we're
BRB
literally.
bathroom.
Oh. Because about 40 seconds ago, he just posted in TeamSpeak, so.
There's still a lot of time from that to just, you know, send the message, get up, and go to the bathroom.
Yep.
Of course, that's assuming he can find the pieces of both of his squires after this is all done.
I hope my doggies are next.
Where
I
are
really
my
hope not.
squires? Well, they're over there, and up there.
Where are my squires? Athena just bursts into tears. She just raises her fist to have, like, some kind of, like, part of slumming on it.
Wait, you gave me 3 directions. I have only 2 squires. Well, you see.
So Bob, right as you left, I just wanted to let you know you might want to have Heinrich work on his squire's defensive skills in the future.
I figured that, but part of that is building up the strength and stuff to wield heavy armor, because that's what a knight's training is part of. There's a lot of strength and weapon training, and once the knight thinks you're strong enough, then you start getting some better armor. Otherwise, it's basic, like, padded armor.
Oh shit. Shit. I forgot Novi has a negative quality that, oh boy.
I guess
Well-
this is the negative quality that why Melos and Phobos don't like her.
Okay, so not one of those situations would have changed. Good to know.
Bad enough.
And Phobos has no issue with Novi. Phobos doesn't give any shits.
Only Deimos does.
Okay, do I have a super generic
Not my face. Ow, my face!
And honestly, the armor I want to get my squires is 12 grand a piece at base value, so
Some simple armored jackets for less than $1,000 a piece would help a lot.
Well,
Take
you
into
need to
account
get to work,
what,
then,
again,
you
Heinrich's
slacker.
mentality and personality issues.
Well, they're just
To
squires.
work,
They
you
haven't earned their
old
plate
bum.
yet.
Actually, squires were normally dressed in scale or chain or ring in battle or combat situations.
Ah well, it's just like the 40k universe.
Armor.
You send all your troops through a meat grinder and eventually a few heroes will pop out.
The reason why it's 12 grand is because I'm looking at light military armor. That would be the equivalent, I think, of Reno plate in Heinrich's brain.
Okay, sorry that took so long. I just need to calculate how much damage was being dealt to Novi here. So, 22 minus 3 is 19. Minus 6 is 13. Did I do that right?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Yes.
22 minus 3 is 19. Minus a further 6 is 13.
Sounds right to me.
All right, so the guy in the bad dragon costume bulks up all of a sudden. Bish, you will witness this. He basically strides across the ice effortlessly, walks right up to Novi, who's dropped to the knee and ready to rifle. She looks up just in time for him to plow his fist into her with such force that she tumbles backwards a couple meters and is completely unconscious.
Okay.
That's superhuman what he just did, and considering how much trouble he was having landing a blow on Slowman just seconds ago.
Oh yeah,
something ain't
something.
right.
Yeah, I can figure that part out.
All right, Heinrich, it is your turn. You're still in the thick pink cloud.
Looking for his sword, and he's still looking for Slowman.
Okay, let's make a perception roll, please.
Also, is Heinrich's armor protected from heat of any kind?
Yeah,
Yes.
he's got quite a bit of protection from various.
Okay, alright, then he won't. Because I imagine the metal's pretty hot after Demos breathed on it 2 times.
Oh, you can.
Yeah.
He would know where that is.
Yeah, pretty much it is acid and radiation are the big issues with his armor. Otherwise than that, he's pretty good for everything else. 3 hits.
Right, roll your edge for me, please.
3 hits. I think I find my sword. It turns out to be the lower half of Slowman's torso.
Like I said, roll your edge, please.
I know. Critical glitch.
Okay.
I found my sword. Oh wait, that's a leg.
So, you will see the glow of ember as you realize Deimos is breathing his fire onto your sword.
There goes all the love on it.
It's really bad for his sword.
It's making you a flaming sword! Awesome!
It depends on,
If it's tempered.
yeah, it depends on the temperature of his flames.
I'm pretty sure your sword was vintage, right? It's not technologically advanced or anything.
No, it is a vintage blade, but it's still solid steel.
Well, necessarily steel, iron.
But it still has a rather large melting point. So it's a matter of how hot his breath is.
Hotter now than it was previously.
Yeah.
I like the reactions though, like, oh god, the sword. Oh god, the sword. Cool, a flaming sword.
Yeah, the heat treatment is probably fucked, but
Super lowers the durability of a sword, though, unfortunately.
yeah, the durability's shot, but it's not like lag. But it's highly unlikely this is like forge-like conditions with his fire breath.
Okay, Hauser, you've heard the shouting at this point. Do you continue with your call, or do you switch back to your rifle?
Switching back to my rifle and aiming at Bad Dragon Costume Gamer.
Okay, so you're spending this turn to aim.
Spending a free action to aim, and then the half action to aim. And the time it takes for me to switch from the comm link to my rifle. So I still get to take a shot.
Do you have a... No, it's a two-armed weapon. No, you can't take your shot if you're taking the two aim actions.
Then I'm only going to take the free action aim, and then I'm going to take a shot.
Oh, that's pretty good.
What is the total damage value?
9/10 armor penetrate, AP -2. And this is gel rounds.
Gel rounds deal stun damage, don't they?
Yes.
And sorry, your total was what?
Total with the 9 hits would have been 18 stun damage. So -6, that's still 12 damage getting through.
Plus knockdown in the case of gel rounds.
And I think they chop body in half for the purposes of testing knockdown.
-2, if I remember correctly.
Oh,
Body
it's just
-2.
-2? Well, in that case. Yeah, he doesn't seem too happy about it, but he definitely buckles a little under the pow of the gel round. Bishoto, roll a free perception roll to see if you notice the muzzle flash. You won't necessarily know the direction the shot came from, but you definitely hear the sound, because I don't think there's a suppressor on that fucker. is there?
Built-in silencer. Built-in silencer.
Really?
Yep.
A Barrett with a built-in silencer.
That's what makes it sci-fi. Also, I've seen suppressors for 50s.
It's part of the base weapon.
Well, fuck me sideways. Okay. Kara wants to weigh in on this, it seems. Okay, she says they make them. It's very silly, but they work. So
I've
yeah.
actually seen one for a 50 caliber machine gun. Admittedly, it was huge, but it apparently worked.
Okay, well, Bish, you have no idea why he suddenly got staggered, but if you want to make a common sense roll, you can probably figure it out with just 2 heads. Oh, sorry, and Bishojo, you actually get to take your turn. Sorry.
Well, I still have my handgun on me, so I will probably employ that.
All right, what's the range on that?
Short is 0 to 5, and you know it's standard heavy pistol range.
Yeah, I don't have that memorized. So you're 20 meters away. What penalty are you looking at?
20 meters is right on the outer edge of medium range.
Okay, so if it's in the medium, then you get the medium range.
Yeah, medium is 6 to 20, so. You know what? I think I will use a complex action to fire a wide burst. So free action to ready the pistol because of Krav Maga, and then a wide burst against Bad Dragon, which takes a complex action.
Okay, and what's the damage profile on that?
Because I also have it loaded with EX rounds, it is currently 6p with an armor piercing of -2.
So 11 total?
Sounds like it.
I think the Bad Dragon costume painter is having a really bad day.
Except it's still standing. And you used your whole turn there, right, Bish?
Yeah, Salvat Guardian take complex action to fire a burst.
Okay. So yeah, you knew full well you got like all 3 shots right center torso of that guy. He should have gone down unless he has fantastic armor. Which theoretically he could have underneath that outrageously silly costume. It's possible. Then again, since
Dragon skin armor.
apparently people are screaming about, you know, the spirit inside of him. I think Bish is able to put 2 and 2 together.
Oh yeah. Especially with her military experience, and you know, magic isn't exactly a uncommon thing in the military.
Yep. Okay, Thrax, it's your go.
Do I need to make a common sense roll to figure out that carrying his crotch, an inhabited crotch, kind of is pointless?
What's his logic?
One,
What's his intuition?
5.
Okay, with intuition 5, you'd be able to feel this isn't going to honor Ares. There's still battle going on.
Another fight. He drops the crotch and starts running back towards where the shouting comes from.
Right back into the cloud of pink pastel smoke then. Give us your running test. Okay, so you can move 7.3 meters. Phobos is a little confused, but will be hot on your tail. McGork.
Okay. I guess I keep on running. On top of this sand pile.
Okay, so you can move yourself 6.3 meters.
Okay, so does it have to be in one continuous?
You
Yes.
can zigzag a little, you just can't, completely backtrack on where you're going. So at this point, you'll realize you're climbing up the sand and that this is a wall barrier in your way.
Yeah, so as soon as I
wanna
get
go that
here,
way.
around here, yeah. So how much? 6 point?
6.3.
Pull back a little bit. Because I couldn't make out the wall properly. I was too close and it was just pixel mush.
The Shoujo, you are now side by side McGork, and McGork seems to have his attention directed over here, not on you. McGork, do you want to say anything? Considering you'll see Bishojo as you're running this way.
I don't put too much attention to Bishojo. As soon as I see Bad Dragon costume ganger, he's going to just, oh, there you fucker are.
Right, and give me your passive awareness, please, McGork.
Okay, let's see my passive awareness. Where's?
Sorry, it would be perception. not awareness.
Yeah, better.
Is that visual? Out of
Okay. Do I have any? I don't think I have any here that improves that.
No, he's pretty
No.
unnatural.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
And Twister, what were you saying?
There's no bonuses, so it doesn't really quite matter.
Sorry again, I didn't hear you over Frost's show.
That's okay. I said, since he doesn't have any modifications, it doesn't quite matter. I said, is it visual or auditory?
Okay. So it's Athena's turn. Oh wait, that's not you. That's you. Right. You were on the ground finding Sloman last.
Yeah. Assuming that Solomon is, right there. That's a gray one. It's not a red X. That's a good sign.
Well, you still might have to do a first aid if
Yep.
you want to be sure.
Yep. She's gonna feel her pulse. Does she feel any pulse?
Roll first aid if you're going to attempt to do something like that.
Oh, yeah, that's a pointless action. She's going to find Sloman, and then she's going to call for Heinrich, saying that Sloman is down. And then Athena's going to stand up, because she's absolutely useless in any kind of medical assistance. That's my action, isn't it?
You could potentially also move your walk speed divided by
Okay.
4 initiative passed.
Yeah, it's 6.25. Do I roll run?
No, I said your walking speed.
2.5. Okay. She's gonna run towards all the yelling.
Not run.
She's moving towards all the running.
There you go.
Moving towards all the yelling.
Are you gonna mention Sloman now that you found
I literally just said that. I said that she was going, as she was standing up, she was going to tell Heinrich that Solomon was down over here.
Not helping since we're still in the pain cloud and I can't see.
Yes,
Yes,
but
but
you
you judge direction by sound.
Okay.
you can probably also judge distance. Approximately.
Yeah. I'm gonna guess Athena's not going to inform Heinrich how Sloman got injured.
Not yet. due to the fact that obviously she doesn't want conflicting goals in Heinrich of trying to get revenge or something.
Oh, Heinrich's not about revenge.
Okay. Well, she doesn't know Heinrich very well. But-
Heinrich's about restitution.
Okay,
Let's
so
continue.
we're on to our next initiative pass. So round 4 complete. I am removing all tokens, and while we're rolling initiative, we're going to take a break as well. So I'm going to stop the recording.
User in your channel.
All right,
stopped recording.
I'll pause as well.
I cannot view whatever that PNG file is, Twister.
It's a Samsung's Grimace face.
I'm afraid I do not know.
That's okay.
It's just an emoji.
Emoji looking with concern, pretty much. Like,
Who the hell uses emojis? You should feel very, very dirty.
I do, and I don't.
Why should I feel dirty using emojis?
Yes, you use emojis all the time, Frosty.
Yeah, and he says
that-
he doesn't feel dirty, is what he
Yeah,
said.
hold on. I answer the questions in order. I don't jump around.
Jump
So-
around. Jump around.
Jump
Sorry.
around.
Yeah, the recording's going.
Jump up, jump down.
Oh God, what have I done? Thrax, you start us off in round 5.
Yeah, running more towards where the sounds are. Oop. Sorry.
Okay, so that allows you to move 7.3 meters. Athena, how about you?
And I have to roll running. And I'm pretty sure it's 8, but I'm just going to confirm because I don't want to actually try to. Yeah.
You can move 6.3. Except if you're going up that hill, it will
Oh, yeah.
reduce your. Well, see, you didn't think about that, so Athena would probably have gone that way. Twister.
Okay. I was trying to get revert.
So, Magork.
I heard yelling about the eyes. I can probably see the eyes, or can I?
Yeah, no, you can definitely tell it's very slick here all of a sudden.
Oh. Run. I'll try to.
Right? You also have to
Basically,
make
just
a reaction
skirt.
plus agility. Oh, you're going around it?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
just trying to skirt around the slippery-looking area.
Okay,
As I
so
run.
you will move 12.3.
Oh, contrary. Oh, fucker! Where are you going?
Sorry, software is lagging again. Sorry.
Dragon, yes.
Not sure if I spelt that correctly.
There's supposed to be an E after it, I think.
No, not Grace. Gra.
Still think it has an E in it.
It's an S or it's a CE. S is the correct way. CE is English. So unfortunately, we were wrong either way.
There, you happy now?
Yep. Well,
I
I'm
was
never
just
happy.
about to try and type that too. Like, this is how it's really written.
Now, McGork, if you're willing to burn an edge, you can do something heroic here.
Sure. I mean, McGork is a git, but he's a somewhat honorable git.
So you are permanently going to burn one of McGork's edge points to resolve this.
Sure. I don't know what it's going to do, but it feels like...
All right. So McGork will realize that the bad Dragon costume ganger is no longer the Git who he once knew, as basically mystical energy courses through the Dragon ganger's fist as he's raising it to bring it down on the unconscious Novi's head. And McGork reaches deep down inside his own magical essence and basically pushes his own body to the limit to burst forward with immense magical power of his own. And I'd like you to make a charge attack, unarmed, against the ganger, please.
Okay, let's see, unarmed. How much is the charge bonus?
+2.
So it just negates my wounds. Do I get anything else? Or just... No. I don't think I do get anything else. Let me see. Anything I have? Knowing my gear. A weapon. Oh, and he does have hardliner gloves, but that doesn't change anything except the damage. But this is it. Yeah. Oh, we'll have to check the martial arts too. No, that doesn't change anything. Or no. Take aim as a free action.
Oh, because of Krav Maga? Then by all means, take aim.
How much is aim bonus?
It'll give you a +1.
Okay, well. Hey, it mattered! It got me one hit.
Dramatic silence.
Okay. So, say 20% redirection would mean still 4 hits, I think, are going to be transferred to McGork instead, as McGork leaps through to punch the bad dragon with a kind of no moment. The bad dragon will notice just in time and kind of give that facial expression, that sort of, what the fuck you think you're doing, turning just in time to basically divert the energy it was about to pulse into Novi's skull to swing at McGork instead. Catching McGork by surprise. And McGork, roll your body.
Oh shit. Is this minus wounds?
No, body resistance is never minus wounds.
Okay. And nothing else, just body. Think I'm going flying the other direction.
And what was McGork's total damage output?
It's the hardliner glass, it's... Turn this properly. 5 P... Plus he got... I don't know how many hits. Not
Damn.
much.
Okay, so McGork, you will at least have witnesses for what you valiantly attempted to do, but your body can't hold up to
This punch.
magical punch. Although this is stun damage, so you're actually still conscious. You're at a further -3, so you've taken 10 stun damage. If you took one more point, you would have been unconscious. However, this is an interrupt, so your next action is also consumed.
Yeah. So I'm just standing there, barely standing, just feet trembling and probably some blood coming out of the mouth and just like...
That all you got, mate?
Well, I don't think it would be that because he just got stopped in the mid fucking punch. Like, literally hit a brick wall.
All right, Heinrich, it is your turn. You've been informed that Sloman is somewhere over here, apparently, and she's down.
And because of the pink, I can't see any of this, so it's
Yeah, you can't actually see your ultimate rival risking his life to save your original squire.
Yeah, so the only thing I can do then is pick up my red. I don't know how red the sword is at this point.
It's
but...
got an orange glow to it.
Okay, so it's weak. The metal's weakened, so it's not destroyed. But all my personal grip and sling and stuff is all that is definitely destroyed at this point. Then, so the best I can do is then just grab my burning hot sword and grab Sloman and get us out of this mist.
Well, about that, you see, Deimos is
The greatest dog ever.
you say this now, but
Oh, there's sarcasm.
but what were you about to say, Twister?
Does Deimos not have the ability to see spirits?
He's in the cloud as well. Cloud that obscures magical vision as well as physical vision.
Okay, but has he rolled perception? Like I know he rolled.
No, he hasn't. He's just following Thrax's psychic orders.
Oh, well, I figured if it was like, hey, attack this guy, you'd be making sure he's attacking that guy. Whatever it was.
He's not that smart. And he also bites down on the orange hot sword as Heinrich picks it up. It's a tug-of-war game now.
Great dog, great dog.
I'm gonna kill you, fucking hound.
So what you have to do here is roll your strength, add it to your strength, and Yeah, basically just roll your strength. As long as you don't glitch, you can wrist your blade away from Deimos's mouth, but it will take your whole turn. Alternatively, you can just drag Deimos, but you will have to roll your strength.
I'm gonna drag Deimos
Doesn't he
because I gotta
have
get.
animal handling? Could he try to...
Say down boy, he could try,
Yeah, heal. Stop.
but will Heinrich bother to do that?
Yeah, I don't know, but that's another option.
Can I just try to drag him? What?
You might also be able to just scream get the like that Deimos should leave the sword alone, because maybe Frax will hear that.
Yeah, because one's a verbal action and then the other is a physical action. So I think you can do both, right?
Yeah, so you're going to shout, drop it, and you're going to try and pull Deimos as well, or...
I gotta get Sloman out of here because she needs medical attention.
Okay, go ahead and do your animal handling roll based on charisma instead of intuition.
Okay, animal handling, charisma is 5, which is better than it is. So that's actually 9. Okay, wait, no. 8. Sorry, not 9. My bad. It is a 4. Let go of my blade, you fiery beast!
You will immediately release it, and you can go ahead and move to Sloman with the rest of your action.
Okay, get to Sloman, but I guess I can't pick her up and start moving. No, because that's too many actions.
You'll have to track her down first, so go ahead and do a passive perception roll as well to see, that you don't accidentally step on her head.
Oh, I didn't glitch or anything, so I just can't find her yet.
Yeah, you haven't found her quite yet. All right, now it's Deimos' turn again. Let's use his brain power. How smart is Deimos?
Smarter than Frax, technically.
Okay. He is basically giving you the psychic equivalent of, what do you want me to do, boss? And it's Hauser's turn.
I'm taking another 2 shots at Bad Dragon Costume Gamer. Taking a free action aim for the first one. Actually, I'm going to use the aim for the second one, actually.
Okay, and what was your total damage?
He takes 10 stun damage.
And what's your next roll?
For the aim that negates the -1 I took from the first shot, correct?
Bipod negates that.
Sure. So that'd be 16 then?
Go ahead and roll.
Is that including -1 for taking an action already? Or is that not taking a place for
No,
shooting?
those negative ones only count for dodging multiple times between
Okay.
actions. When firing a weapon that has semi-automatic as a firing mode, it's basically just recoil that you have to worry about. And if your weapon compensates for recoil, then yeah, ranged weapons can be OP as fuck in this system.
And
Ranged weapons can be OP as fuck in real life. I mean,
and I am pre-edging this.
there's a reason why we don't fight with swords anymore.
Okay, and Hauser, that would mean it's 16 total?
9
15 total.
9 plus 6 is 15. Minus 10, so another 5 damage on top of that.
Except not. Your bullets aren't magical. They have to deal at least a certain value of damage before any of it counts.
Well, fuck. I'm hitting it, but it's not going down.
Bishojo, your turn.
As a free action, I'm going to eject magazine in the gun. As a standard action, I will slap a new mag into it, and then as the back half of my turn, I will fire one shot at the guy in the costume.
Sorry, you said you were ejecting a mag?
Yes, and since this is a smart link gun, that is a free action.
Yes, indeed. Okay.
What the heck? I'm desperate enough that I'll edge this ahead of time. Seriously?
Oh, I know that feeling. 25 SR4 E, and then I got 2.
What's your total? Is it +5? +6?
None of the above. These are the gel round that contain Pepper Punch, DMSO, Zen, and Stealth Tags.
Ooh, Zen, you say?
Yes, Zen, I say.
What page is Zen on? 257? I was close.
8, I think.
Yeah, I was close. Okay. So Zen applies -2 reaction, but +1 willpower, and -1 to all physical action dice. However, that's if you actively take the drug intentionally. If you're dosing someone with the drug against their will, they do a chemical resistance test as if it were a toxin.
Yep.
So isn't that just body?
Well, unless you
A-
have magic or cyberware.
Yeah,
Okay.
a magically enhanced body in this case. That is, however, at a penalty for lots and lots of wounds. And I'm going to rule that the power on Zen is higher than 3. So Bad Dragon is going to be feeling a little, well, what are the exact effects of Zen here? A psychedelic hallucinogen, Zen is popular among those looking to escape reality or seeking trance-like states.
And the Pepper Punch, if that counts, also deals stun
Oh,
damage.
there was also Pepper Punch mixed in? Or speedballing?
Pepper Punch, DMSO, and Stealth Tags all in one capsule round. That is one of the fun things you gave me. I would have never thought of going that. Guaranteed bad trip.
I think the only reason why you can make a cocktail like that is because of the DMSO.
No, the DSMO allows it to penetrate through skin and light armor. You can speedball any toxins you want, as long as they don't chemically react with each other.
Like you don't want to miss a base with an acid.
Precisely. And so, yeah, in this case,
And Pepper Punch has a power of 7 versus
Yes.
his, so he still takes a couple stun damage. Oh,
He-
and nausea,
yeah, he's suddenly
which
having
what, doubles-
experiences.
Which suddenly nausea doubles all penalties, wound penalties, I think.
Yes, yes. Oh no, sorry.
Oh,
If
yeah,
the
he's
power
having
disorientation, no, nausea applies. Oh, it does both. Okay.
Yeah, there's the reason why sonic and sound spells are so stupidly strong is because of that effect.
I think DSMO is the beginning of the squirt gun wars.
Yes, it was. You're also a person who watched Old Spoonie as well.
Very much so,
Yeah,
yes.
So he takes 3 stun damage and is having the world's worst trip.
You would have to dismiss your current spirit to summon a new spirit, Henry. Basically, you'd say, I release you from the tasks that you have been given. Of course, you still have 3 of your own bound spirits, Jotun, Valkyrie, and Volva. So...
Well, I believe Valkyrie, the one that's out there, is when he's
No,
summoned, isn't it?
that's the new one she summoned. She still has, let me bring you over to them, these 3 that are just waiting in the wings, as it were. They're waiting in Valhalla.
But could she dismiss, summon, and give a command at the same round?
I believe dismissing is a free action, so... All right, so you are using a service from Yotan. The thing is, I have to double check if using a service actually costs any actions. Does anybody have a bead on that?
I think it depends on the action of the service.
But no, all you're doing is literally asking for something. It's like speech, but does it count as a free action, a half action, or a full action? Do you have to dedicate time to it? Anybody? Anybody got any ideas?
Sorry.
No idea.
Double
was that?
checking right now. I gotta look at the rules real quick.
Yeah, I don't. I'm probably not the best person to look at for rules in this game.
The simple
I can-
action.
Sorry, it's a simple action? Where does it say that?
I just quickly Google it. I have to find the page numbers for it. But it looks like it's a simple action to call it from wherever it is in the astral plane to the, and a simple action to give it a command.
Okay, for it to materialize will require a complex action, at the very least.
But you don't have to have it manifest physically if you want to attack this thing.
Oh yeah, that's an excellent point, of course.
Because what we want to do is kill the spirit or get rid of the spirit, which, if you attack it astrally, you're attacking that thing and maybe this other guy's spirit at the same time.
And yeah, so it requires a simple action to call on a spirit that is presently in its home realm. And casting a spell, I believe, is a complex action, so it's one or the other.
So would you be able to call it from where it is and then have it
Not physically, but actually just be like now hovering there, ready to fight this thing astrally.
Well, it still takes, like, I have to roll its initiative. Yeah, and that's correct, Kara. With those kind of numbers, yeah, you can. And I'm just pulling up the Jotun as a hench pet. Do we even have her? Ooh, we don't even have Jotun actually with the character sheet yet. So, what's the force of Jotun, Kara? So I can just make a new one. Force 3? Oh dear. Poor Jotun. All right, and which type of spirit is Jotun listed as? What? No, Guardian and Water are two different types. Okay, so he's water. Okay. And do you remember which critter power you gave him? Okay, so guard it is. Alright, so then it's Thrak's turn again.
Running, running, running.
You may move 9.3.
Oh, and I also I both shout and telepathically kind of command like, "To me, my battle brothers!"
Okay, and Athena.
Which is basically ordering the dogs to his side.
Yeah, I figured. What was that, Athena?
Is this still considered difficult terrain? I'm guessing at this point you'd start to be able to see out of it.
It is dissipating, but you still have to make your roll just to make sure you don't trip over something jutting out of the ground. So you may move 7.3.
Oh, so it's a thing of I don't get okay.
All right, we'll say it's a bit easier, so 8.3.
Okay, thank you.
Well, as long as you don't walk through walls, that is.
I thought none of this was walls. All this was like a hill,
So
but an incline.
This is the incline. This is basically storage containers as sort. Oh, why are you throwing yourself around? For shame.
I scrolled back and I let go. But that's as close as I could think that she was. Maybe a little bit further down. Because she was outside of it in one corner, but still had this 7 point or 8.3. That's 8.5.
I'll give it to you if that's
Okay.
where you want to be.
Yeah, that's basically where she was going to go. She was going to avoid the ice, avoid going through a wall. Can I spend my turn doing the same thing, or is that running action and spending the
That
action
is.
turn?
Yes.
Okay.
But you can also do a perception roll now that you're out of the cloud to see what's going on, and you can say anything that you might want to say. Well, okay, not anything that you might want to say, but within reasonable limits. Okay, visual perception. You will see the Valkyrie spirit basically swooping in to get close to McGork. You will see McGork kind of staggered next to the Bad Reagan costume ganger, who very defiantly looks back at McGork. You will see Novi on the ground on the other side of Bad Reagan. infer how you want, and Henry running up from this direction.
Okay.
You will also notice that Bad Dragon has basically hulked out a bit
Yeah.
inside of his costume.
I have no idea what I'd want to say at this point in time.
So then your turn is done?
Yes, I guess so. I don't know what to say. So yeah.
I have ideas on things to say, but that'll be for my next turn, I think.
Oh, that's right. Sorry, Thrax, you'd get to make your perception roll as well, because you're out of the cloud now.
Yeah, okay, I'll do that. Active or passive, by the way?
Passive, of course. You were running through a cloud just a moment.
I figured as much.
I don't think I have much of actions to do since I...
Right, yeah, that's what I realized that green diamond symbol was. You actually lose this turn.
I'm just going to say... I kind of feel like it fits the character. That's all you got, fucker. You're a fucking kid. But that's it.
Damn, those dogs are fast.
Quadrupeds. Hauser, you'll hear Mary saying, I'm going to try and banish it.
Okay. Do it.
Sadly, it's too strong, it seems. And it is the Bad Dragon's turn again. Oh dear. What does guard do exactly?
Watchful God.
Magical
It
power called guard. So
that I've no idea of.
the guard power provides a critter the ability to prevent normal environmental accidents and hazards, neither of which these are, such as preventing someone from succumbing to heat stroke, blah blah blah. The guard power can also be used to prevent a glitch from occurring. Guard may be used on a number of characters at once equal to the critter's magical attribute. Okay, so it's not the guard power then, but we'll say that it's literally going to interpose itself between the Ganger and Novi. And essentially, the Bad Dragon's going to have to go through Jotun to get Novi.
That's not a great explosive edge.
Well, that's probability.
Heinrich, it is your turn. Continue to search for Sloman.
No one's verbally told me what's going on out there.
Well, you have heard Frax probably call out like, "There's new enemies to kill!"
And you've heard gunfire from at least Misojo.
But that doesn't necessarily mean he knows that Magork is showing down with the spirit's new inhabited body.
Or that
with-
Novi's in danger.
Exactly. So Heinrich, unless you edge that, you're basically fumbling around in the pink.
I
pestle.
have no edge.
Okay then. Daybus's turn.
That's why I asked at the beginning, did edge get me nude?
Sorry. Hauser, your turn.
Don't worry, I still have 2 hatch and I'm still worthless.
Is Jotun materialized or still in the astral?
Astral, so you do not see Jotun at all. You just saw basically Bad Dragon taking a swing at the air to its this direction.
Okay. I'm double tapping Bad Dragon Costume Ganger. I'm called shot for the head, first shot.
All right, so
And-
that'll be at a -6.
And I'm adding the free aim and half aim to that.
What is 22 minus 6? 18? No, 16.
16.
Yes.
It's spending an edge point. What's your damage on that gun? Is it still the gel rounds?
Yes, 9 stun.
Okay. So it basically used up another edge point. You're taking a double shot, correct?
Yep, second shot is not called shot to the head, but
Thought you used 2 aim actions on that.
yes, I did. That was at a -6. Then I added the +2 from the 2 aim actions.
Oh, so you've already used up your actions.
Yeah.
Okay then. The Shoujo.
I, on the other hand, shoot it twice because that seems to be probably the best thing. I mean, even if I kill the ganger, the spirit just goes wherever the spirit goes. Bang, bang.
Okay, so your DSMO bullets are apparently having an effect of some kind.
Yep.
And Henry, it is your turn.
Oh, and remember, these still have the rubber punch in them. Also, anybody with AR gear is now seeing this guy show up because of all the security tags on him.
The spirit didn't spend the time to make the bad dragon invisible the way it made its mechanical body invisible, though.
Yeah, but I mean, like, you know, anybody who's on the wrong side of the smoke cloud can now see it easily.
That would be offensive to Valk. You can attempt to do that, but bear in mind that Valk might not appreciate an action of that nature.
Is that a bit too much, treating her like a servant?
Precisely, yes. Okay, so you will be able to basically move and get the grip on Novi as your action in this situation. Alrighty. We're coming back to Thrax.
I assume I see the ice on the ground and everything.
Well, what did you roll earlier on your perception? 4? Yeah.
Yeah.
You can definitely tell there's slick ice on the ground there.
Alright, his walking speed, I think, is 6.2.
No, that would not be accurate.
Okay, what would it be then?
6.3 would be his running speed. 2.5 would be his walking speed.
Okay, alright, he'll run forward then. Until the edge of the ice. And then he will say the following. Oya! Oya! Anini Sekram! Gilboya! Select! And maybe repeat that several times at the dragon.
Sorry, that sounded like gibberish. What was that?
I'll repeat it slowly. Anani Sigilum! Gilboya Salak! And yeah, it's Turkish.
That explains it. I'm like, I'm trying really hard to understand this. Sorry.
Speaking a different language is a good way to make a interesting commands.
Now both shirtless men are just shouting gibberish.
orcs at that. But what was it that you were saying translated to English?
Alright. Translated is hey, I'll fuck your mom. Come over here, wimp.
Ah, so you're attempting to incite a sort of taunt, is it?
Yes, exactly. Oh, and well, that would be my turn. Don't know if that was clear.
Yeah, no, I just had to type that. So, Velk did not get dismissed, so Velk is just looming over McGork's shoulders still. Athena, it is your turn.
Okay, I'll start with a running test. That's an actual glitch.
So I'm gonna say you weren't paying attention to the ice as a potential threat.
Okay.
Oh, you were already starting to run around it, weren't you?
Yes.
So I'm gonna say you didn't,
didn't see the
realize,
outer-
the outer edge of it.
Okay.
So.
So I thought that was the outer edge.
Yeah.
I'll stop there.
Yeah, and then onto your
again?
butt. Nope, onto your
Oh.
butt. It's a glitch.
Okay.
Well, actually, you know what? Go ahead and roll your reaction plus agility at -3. All right,
3.
you got just enough not to fall on your ass, but your movement stops there. Do you want to say anything other than whoa, 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 whoa?
She'll point to Thrax and say ice.
Good. Okay. Cool. McGork, you finally recovered. What do you do?
And Thrax will say to Athena, I know, I'm trying to get him on it.
Oh.
I am going to... Actually, has he done anything else than punched me?
He has, not that you've seen. He looks like he waved his hand at the air, though.
What's the matter? Your face is like a Keltar's. Come on and fight me.
How does two half-naked orcs taunting him?
Wait, you're half naked too? God damn it.
Well, Thrax
Yes.
is Thrax is on the higher than 50% side of that, while McGork is definitely on the lower than 50% side of that.
So it
And,
averages out 50% apiece.
Your average orc is 50% covered.
That's kind of like McGork trying to taunt the guy to attack him. So is there any roll to taunt?
You could attempt to do a leadership roll.
Yeah, that's not going to happen, I don't think, but let's see. I don't think I have any. Yeah, I don't have any dice.
Yeah, your
Because
wound
I'm-
your wound modifiers to kind of speed that
So
up
I'm
for you.
just going to take a defensive stance, defensive action, whatever.
Really, you're going to take the coward's way out? You're not going to give it another pop in the jaw?
I'm just barely standing. Probably McGork's
Yeah,
legs.
yeah,
are-
but you're McGork. Roll composure.
Actually, yeah, you're right. I am McGork. Defending is not high priority. I don't even need to roll composure. I'm going to attack. You're alright.
Yeah, you'd only have 3 dice in your composure anyway.
Yeah. Where is my blade?
You don't have
There.
the blade right now, remember? You got disarmed earlier.
How?
Pretty sure Athena disarmed you before you decided fucking leg it.
No,
No.
No?
No. I did
I
not
haven't
decide.
been. Yeah, I haven't been disarmed at any point.
Oh. Well, okay then. If you want to bring out the choppa, bring out the choppa.
Well, yeah, I'm bringing out the chopper because it's magical and stuff. Well, technically magical.
A few of the out of commission gangers were here originally got disarmed by Athena and other people, I think.
So it's the blade's ability plus. Do I get anything from my?
It would be 16 total because of your
Okay.
wounds adjusting accordingly.
And do you have you calculated the free aim action?
Oh, well, in that case, you get another +1. 17, is it?
Yes. I can't think of anything else into this, so.
I think you have
kind of
one-
half-hearted.
You have 1 point of edge left.
I think I keep it for now. Actually, why not? Why not? To survive, I have to burn it anyway, so why not? Till before you roll. 12 SR4. Okay, that's a little better.
I think that. Where the hell did that character sheet go? There we go. Yeah, no, it's going to spend an edge point here because it's got a lot of them. So why the fuck not, right? And
You got
with
22 dice even after all those drugs?
that, damage resistance is never reduced. Unless something reduces specifically your body, damage resistance isn't reduced.
Okay.
All its other physical coordination abilities, however, are out the window.
Hence why I want to lure him onto the ice.
Even if it wanted to dodge, it wouldn't be able to. That puts it just over again. It basically, your blade starts to get some purchase into the flesh, but then it stops and is pushed back out, Mogork.
Okay.
And Phobos moves up next to his daddy. And it's Mary's turn again. And she'll basically say to Hauser, it's too powerful. But she will attempt a composure roll to see if she suppresses her fear. And composure. She's gonna say I was a fool and is going to start calling the cops.
I think that was half of what McGork was trying to say.
Wow, that was really bad. Phew. Wow. Well, that's impressive enough, I think, that, well, no, it's not 4 over the target. Still, Bad Dragon Spirit isn't able to defeat the Jotun. Not this time, anyway. Heinrich, searching for your Slowman. Not a real glitch, however, you have located Slowman's body. She isn't moving.
How's she look?
You don't see her, your hands have reached out and found her in the smoke.
She feels out of it and she's unmoving. What I would try to do is get her out of the smoke and see how she's doing and call Novi over. Unknowingly what's happened to Novi, because still no one's filming in what's happened to Novi and what's going on outside the smoke.
All right, so go ahead and do a... You can attempt to run while carrying Slowman, but that would put you at a -2. Or you can do your walking speed through the cloud without
Well,
any
I've only
penalty.
moved once on my first action. I didn't
Does
move
it-
it all on my
doesn't-
second.
Doesn't matter.
So even if you don't use it, it still spreads apart.
Un-
Okay.
Unless you do a declared action, like a ready action, to move, including your other movement. But you've been searching this immediate area the whole time, so that's not the case here.
Okay. So I'm going to have to attempt to... I'm just going to have to walk it, because if she seems injured, I can't risk jostling
so-
her around.
Oops, that was run. So it's 3.3.
Yeah, so that's all I can do without risk jostling her, because I can't see her condition. So 3.3, that's 3.3. Okay, that's my turn.
Hauser, it's your turn again. You've heard what Mary had to say.
I unfortunately had to step away for a couple of moments. What was,
Okay, so what Mary had to say is, I was a fool, and she's now calling the cops.
I've got the cops on my comlink here. And he hands it up to her. And then uses the other half of his action to take another shot with a free aim from Krav Maga on Bad Costume Ganger.
Called shot or just shooting center of mass?
Center mass.
Your bullets really don't seem to be having any effect.
Yeah.
Bishojo! Bishojo, you feel your bullets are having an effect, though, because the guy is just swinging at the air in like, above Henry's head, basically.
I think they've had all the effect they're going to have, and I seem to remember from Magic 101 in boot camp that melee attacks work okay on these things, so I will switch the pistol for the vibro knife and try and close in. So, running test, I guess.
Okay. And are you going to avoid the ice or go over the ice?
In as badly wounded as I am, I should really go around the ice.
So you'll get a bonus 2 meters, so it's 10.3.
we go. That'll work.
Thrax, it seems that the bad dragon fellow is ignoring you and is just swinging at the air above Henry's head.
I am tempted to try and taunt it again. But, I do want to be useful in this situation, so... I'm gonna give taunting one more try. So, he would say... Galaboya Salak! Chukumu Yala! Chukumu Yala! Usp!
And the translation of that is...
Is once again, come over here, wimp, suck my dick, bitch.
Okay.
How eloquent.
What did you roll last time?
I didn't roll anything of that. You didn't tell me to roll.
Oh, right, of course, because you're trying to taunt something that doesn't even understand you. Right. So... Thrax, that was basically your turn.
Okie doke.
I hate to say this, but the movie 300 was a lot more elegant in its insults than anything Thrax has thrown out.
So Athena, if you want to move off the ice, that is indeed a reaction plus agility roll with a threat.
Well, and yeah, Thrax doesn't have the charisma of Leonidas, I can tell you that.
I also think... Do I get to do anything else after I move off the ice?
Oh, absolutely. It's just, as long as you're not standing still. All right, there you go. You may now do whatever action you want to do without the ice fucking you up.
Nice. Alright, I guess I'll do another run. Oh, thank God. So that's what? 14.25.
And in fact, you can run across the ice at this point if you want.
Okay. Oh no. Can... I'll just make a subtle turn here, so I'm not running through him. Okay. So that was... I guess this is the charge attack.
Magical Water Fist.
Magical Water Foot. She's
Don't
not in her
hit the
suit of armor.
squire this time.
I can't hit the squire. I'd hit the ghost first. The spirit.
Well, oh, it's true. It's a magic attack.
Yeah,
and
I did the spirit.
And it's protecting her, so yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going lethal or non-lethal with this?
Ooh. I have no idea what everyone else has been doing for damage buttons.
My turns are going to be...
What would Athena do?
At this point, lethal. Alright.
Okay, so a lethal magic water kick. That's only 4 hits.
Yeah. 21. Ugh.
And did you have any
Yeah,
edge remaining?
No, I have 0 out of 4 because I already burned an edge in this fight. So, and I've already rolled it, so I can't burn another.
And what's your total addition to your 4?
It's 13
13 with the 4 or without
before
the
the 4.
So
That's
17
total.
is a difference of 6.
Yep.
And it is definitely going to use another edge point.
Is that damage resist with the 50% reduction? So it's got a total of
To
44.
armor.
Oh, yes.
Yes. And
Wait.
this isn't armor.
Nope, you're punching something's soul. I don't think souls have armor outside of
Oh,
mage armor
it
spell.
does. It did when it was in the other thing. It's just right now it's in a squishy body, so.
Well, it depends. How much armor rating is that dragon suit?
Stop.
Oh shit! That was only 2
4
hits.
hits.
You
It's
got a
still
net of
4.
4. Net of 4. You know what that means?
Is he out?
this was a water attack, right?
Yes.
So there's extra force behind the punch,
Yes.
and we're looking at that direction.
The
Henry,
angle.
Henry, roll agility plus reaction.
Shit. Since this is magic water, does this not also get blocked by the spirit?
Oh, right. Henry, do you have an allergy to holy water?
Is this holy water? Or is holy water literally just magical water?
Oh, no. Okay, so Henry, unless you want to edge this,
Is it knocked back or knocked down?
considering she just
Knocked
ran
down.
up to him and did a kick,
As a matter of fact, it was a charge attack, so that would be a flying kick.
I don't know. She could have run up, jumped, and then dropped an axe kick.
No, it's a push kick.
okay, Henry, you're at first you're not sure why, but your body just ducks. Maybe the Jotun pushed you down to protect you because Bad Dragon's body ragdolls over top of you and then crumples into the ground, rolling a couple of times and dead.
Oh, damn it, it didn't fight me.
McGork, combat is over if everyone agrees combat is over. Do you consider combat over?
Listen, I just saved that boy's life. Oh, wait a second. No, he was swinging at Shutan.
You also gotta take into account he was possessed by a spirit. We don't know where the spirit is right now.
That's true. It's up to Henry.
And we're aware of the spirit now, too.
Yeah,
so.
yes. But at the same time, it's up to McGork to see if combat is currently over, and then up to Henry to see if she can inform us of...
Oh, no. It's not just up to McGork. It's up to McGork if he wants combat to be over.
Yeah.
The rest of you also have to decide.
Indeed.
Yeah, because Frax didn't see McGork do any of his heroics.
Jojo was the only one I do believe.
And Hauser, and Henry, and Mary.
Oh, yeah. No.
Athena,
Anyway,
in
can
her
I talk?
last turn, didn't...
this is my turn.
Yes, it's your turn, McGork.
I'm just going to say that McGork is ready to stop the fight, but he is going to half-heartedly raise the sword in a defensive stance and point it at Athena, since, you know, you can't know that they're going to attack or not, so
Okay, and what's he saying to her? Or is he literally just pointing the sword at her?
pointing and trying to take a deep breath because, again, he's barely conscious. He's going with the reserves right about now. So yeah, just pointing the sword, taking a sort of a prepared to be attacked if
Defensive
somebody
stand.
tries to attack.
Okay, so Athena, roll Judge Intentions.
Okay. Ooh.
You can definitely tell that he is just taking a defensive stance because he's not necessarily afraid of you, but he's afraid you might attack. There's no hostility necessarily. It's basically the posture of, if you take a stab at me, I will defend myself. But yeah, instead of rolling for the next round of combat, do any of you still have hostility in your heart?
Frax will shout, "You surrender!"
Oh, Bishojo has lots of hostility in her heart, but not toward McGork right now.
Do you yield the field?
That's a bad question to ask from McGork, because McGork is not going to surrender, but he is ready to stop the fight.
So we probably say something along those lines in a way that no one can really understand.
Yes.
If we're gonna just do this, when Heinrich comes out and if McGork is still visibly armed, he's just going to, and because there's no other combat, but he's still like doing that. He says, "Sheath your weapon or drop it."
Look, if you're not going to speak English, I'm going to keep talking Turkish. I mean, if everyone's rude here and sticking to their own language, I might as well do so as well.
So, Athena, being right next to Magor, will nod, thank him, and ask Henry if the spirit is dead. She's going to have her back slightly turned to Magor after seeing how he's taken a defensive posture.
And Frax might also look through, maybe go to Deimos and pet him and kind of communicate, look through his eyes to see if he sees the spirit.
Good answer, Thrax. Just gonna wait to see what Kara sends here. Henry will say, I think so, but I have work to do. Have to help Novi now. Meanwhile, Mary will shout over that, no, the Athena chick did it. She finished it off, with that lunatic. And she her voice just goes down and quiet as she, eats humble pie, realizing that the person she was hunting this whole time, Magork, was the one who actually did a bit of heroics. However, she's not sharing that fact with the rest of you.
Yeah, it's up to Henry and Hauser to share his heroics then.
And wait.
Henry's busy. Hauser and Bishojo, the military two, were the ones that witnessed this.
Okay.
That did as well.
I assume Mary's story is correct, looking through the eyes of Deimos.
You see the residual energy of the golem, but no longer does the corpse of the Bad Dragon costume ganger have any magic actively in it.
Or overshadowing it in possession.
Frax stands up, raises his arms in victorious pose, and goes, "The battle is ours! We won!" Even though he didn't do shit, but we'll ignore that.
So with one hit, how does
You
Sloman
probably
look?
took away several orc gangers. So you did something.
Specifically, we killed
Yeah,
three.
2. Knocked 2 out.
I've got 3 corpses here. One split in half? Okay, no, I've got 4 corpses. 1 split in half. 5 if we include Bad Dragon.
Yeah, well,
3 of those deaths are at our hands. 1 was at the hands of the golem. And the Bad Dragon, well...
My bad.
That was...
You're welcome, but my bad.
that was just more of situational. Just like, there's nothing we could have done about that at this time.
She didn't want to kill him. Then again, didn't Jody kill somebody down there?
Yeah, no, you killed someone to save Bishojo.
Yes. that's
Henry
right.
Bishojo
starts to
killed 2
tend to Novi and calls out to Magork, until we figure this out, I recommend you don't cause trouble, else Valkyrie will stop you. And, Desperado, do you want to say what you actually typed there?
Sure. That's, it her, look, the crazy orc. No, not our crazy orc, the other crazy orc. He saved the girl, and quite frankly, if the cops were picking him, it's probably because they helped hired him to hunt this thing just like we did. So, how about we all cool it, at least until we're not all barely standing?
Frax does give Bishojo the middle finger at that comment.
Heinrich would take Sloman over to Henry to have medical attention.
If you two want to beat each other to death, it'd probably be fairer if you did it while you weren't both almost dead.
Magork, you also don't want to have to deal with the cops. Just saying.
I know. So, again, through the lovely filter of nonsense, McGork is going to say, yeah, whatever. He's not here to fight. He's just going to go and see how his wolf's doing. And start moving.
Oh, it's not
there.
your wolf anymore.
Well, that's still under discussion.
Okay, so no one's going to stop McGork from checking on his wolf.
Nope.
Frax would actually follow, but still, first I have to roll something, if I can have a moment. Okay, I think Frax can let Bishojo's comment slide. Insult slide with just the middle finger.
Right, yes, of course. You have to remember, he's vindictive.
Also, Basojo, as you see Heinrich walking by with Sloman, would actually give you a very confused...
His
you can't see
helmet's
his
on.
face. Yeah, I know, it's like his head would tilt at you in a questioning manner as he's walking by about the saving the girl comment.
But does he say anything? She wouldn't
No,
necessarily
because he's
know.
got to get
Just,
Sloman to get medical. He's got to get Sloman over for medical attention.
well,
he
if
just-
he asks later, she'll fill him in.
Yeah, body language wise, you can definitely see he's
I think
questioning
she
or confused by
would
that
roll
statement.
judge intention with her wound penalty to see if she can read through your body armor.
Oh,
The
right.
tilt of their
but,
head
you
in her
know.
head?
But as it turns out, what is one of the few things she's really good at.
Checking out people's bodies?
In a manner of speaking, that's
So, yeah.
with the -4 wound penalty.
Okay, so yeah, Bish, you kind of get the idea of what he was alluding to with his tilted frame.
I point to Novi. He actually stopped wing that was aimed at her.
Composure roll? Because this is just like, wait, what?
How's her? Mary will say she's on the line with the cops. Do you want to go down there? Well, actually, you've got a great big fuck-off gun. Maybe you shouldn't be here when the cops arrive.
Yeah.
A big
all,
fuck off illegal gun.
all aboard the Get the Fuck Out of Here Express.
BT, I sent you a message in TeamSpeak.
How's this just gonna pick?
Sorry, Frosty, you have one of those in his inventory?
Several, actually, if you look.
Oh shit, I did not look. So, yeah, if you don't mind having Velk and Thrax witnessing you do this, and apparently Bishojo now as well.
Yeah, no. I don't think Gorg cares about them that much.
Yeah.
So he's feeding something to the wolf.
Oh
Like
crap! Yeah,
like-
your
like,
wife was probably shot.
A flower or something. Oh yeah, and Bish, if you want, then do a perception roll to see if you can find anything the ferric golem stole from you.
And Thrax would pay very close attention to how McGork is well taking care of Dragon, I think it's called.
Well, you don't have that name. Oh,
Yeah,
you
the
have
wolf.
A big fenrir wolf. And whatever he's doing, it looks like he's feeding it a plant. Wolves don't eat plants.
What are you feeding it?
Herb.
What herb? And where did you actually find this mighty beast?
McGorg is done answering questions. He doesn't care. He's just looking at the wolf right now.
I'm going to through a vet tech to maybe figure out what he is doing to the wolf, perhaps.
Okay, and what page is the information for that particular plant on, Frosty? Send it to me in private, actually.
How's this
I
gonna
was going to because I know people are sniping the information.
Hauser's gonna book it to his truck and hide his Barrett 50 cal, and collect all of his brass before he actually leaves the room.
I think he's going to get back inside of her armor. So if you want to delete the armor token.
Oh, interesting.
Would
So
it
if-
Mary called in?
If this is taken, no cyberware, bioware. Shit. Well, this is actually a really good way of using this.
Yeah, I was thinking that it should work.
And Frax would respond, "Why are you also so worried about the cops? We're working for them. We need to claim our glory here over our victory."
Who's worried about the cops?
Henry.
Oh.
And Hauser.
Hauser. Yeah.
Hauser with the very illegal 50 cal.
There's two
Anyway,
people here with power armor.
Henry says, guys, seriously, after I make sure everyone is okay, you guys mind if I get out of here? Totally not needed for paperwork and stuff? Like, you don't really need someone like me here, right? I totally don't need glory, just paycheck, you know.
Heinrich would ask if it's okay for you to follow with us so we can have you provide medical attention for Sloman and Novi as we're getting out of here. Like if we leave, we all leave together.
Yeah, how is Sloman, by the way, now that we finally have a good look at her?
Yeah, I rolled one hit to see how she looks visually, but I never got an answer to that.
Visually, you couldn't tell a damn thing.
Okay.
Henry says, yeah, I'm working on that stuff. Fine, but this is on you. Right, so Kara, are you doing first aid, or are you going to try and use your magic? Bear in mind, if you do magic, you're basically taking the damage from them and putting it on yourself with another chance to resist it. Alternatively, if you're doing first aid, that's a lot quicker, but isn't as potent as magical healing. Okay, and that's also wise because Sloman is more machine than organic at this point. So, how do you want to do this? Like, which order, rather, do you want to do this in? Sloman first. Okay, so what's your first aid kit and what's your first aid skill? I could have swore you put some skill training into that. Let's see if I can find your...
Hauser can come down there and do it after he stows his 50 cal, or he'll hand his 50 cal to Henry and have her stow it for him. He's gonna take over.
No, I don't think that'll be necessary because I'm pretty sure that it's just a matter of character sheets here. Well, did you plan on having Henry learning how to do first aid? Was that your intent with that character? Okay, and would she have been doing medicine as well, or just first aid? Okay, so where is the Karma in New Yen? So yeah, you would have a dice pool of 12 for first aid.
And if she doesn't have a med kit, House is willing to give her his. He has a rating 6 med kit.
No, you're using your own rating 6. $12. Okay, so Henry, you will be able to stabilize Sloman. You are not an expert on cyber technology, however, but you can tell that there is some serious damage that a expert will need to tend to. Well, no, you see, the thing about heal is it runs on different rules than normal magical spells. So let me just pull up the page here and we'll get into the ugly details. So fuck, I really wish they just put all the rules in one place rather than having to flip through multiple pages.
Yeah, that's the big problem I have with the Shadowrun books. They don't seem very good at centralizing and organizing information.
Nope, they just like to make things as complicated as possible.
Okay, so it seems that there is no penalty for cybernetics. So there's that news at least, okay. The damage value that you would be... See, this is where it's a little bit fucky. Because you usually have to declare force. Health spells, blah, 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 as well as modified. All health spells require toucher to kit. Yeah. It doesn't specify exactly what force is used for. Hits can also... fucking rules are such a mess.
If I remember correctly, the force caps the total number of hits that count.
Yeah.
Roll really well. If it's low force, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. So Yeah, that's what you're doing here, Kara, is the force is you preemptively assuming your maximum number of hits. So what's your spellcasting dice pool? All right, so law of averages say you'll only get 3 hits on average. How much force do you want to apply? Well, wait, actually, never fucking mind. Force doesn't even exist for a heal spell. It straight up is the number of hits minus 2 is the damage value. So you just roll regardless. Okay. So you have to resist 3 stun damage with your drain. Which is exactly what you got. Cool. And I believe, was Novi hit once? Yeah, she was only hit once. So you can only apply heal once. And where is Novi's sheet? So those both get healed. And you can bring Novi back to consciousness. Anyone or anything? Anybody doing anything?
Well, Frax is actually if I can, Frax is probably making conversation, or trying to make conversation with McGork.
Yes, no, I meant specifically in relation to Novi. Henry will say, "You feeling okay, Novi?" To which Novi will say, "No, what happened?"
I think at this point, Bishojo is just smoking. It's like, okay, job done. Wait for the cops to come, and then we can actually collect our pay.
Henry says, "You got attacked by a spirit possessing a man in a dinosaur costume." Heinrich, are you going to get in on this at all?
He's starting to get more and more of the bigger picture that McGork actually saved his squire, which is very out of character for his understanding of the guy. And that he actually might owe McGork an apology on his honor for besieging it with his thoughts.
Henry says, "Let me try and patch you up. Then maybe if that doesn't help, we can get a beer or 6. And Novi will nod and say, how about a Hurl instead? And Henry says, "Sounds good." So are you also doing first aid on Novi then? Okie dokie. Okay, so yeah, she's still got a splitting headache, but you give her some painkillers basically. And Novi will look to Sloman and say, "Oh God, is she alive? Is she okay?"
She seems to be breathing at least, but she took a massive hit from something.
Yeah, nobody's sure exactly what hit her.
Man, that sucks.
Yeah, because Heinrich doesn't understand how Novi got hurt because... Not Novi, Sloman got hurt because the thing couldn't swing at Sloman while we had it grappled.
She also looks a bit wet.
So I'm going to point out that for about, I'll say about 8 minutes now, Athena has been trying to get inside the armor. So at this point, I'm just going to say that she probably got in the armor as it's turned back on and has come back all the way across. Henry wouldn't have been able to see that.
But
That
Henry's-
someone got hit down. No, I hit Sloman
yeah, no,
inside
I'm
the
not,
smoke.
no, yeah.
I'm responding
No,
to
saying-
Henry.
yes, no, but I'm reading Henry.
Oh.
Henry says she needs proper medical care. That's what Henry says.
So,
However, Henry, if you want to go back into your astral vision and look at Sloman with astral perception, wait, you don't have a sensing, do you? So yeah, you won't even be able to tell that. Okay.
but like I was saying a minute ago, Athena comes back over and looks over at Sloman and asks how she's doing to Henry and Heinrich.
Henry will say she's alive but very wounded, damaged. I can't tell with all the gubbins, but I think I got her okay.
And then Athena's going to rather sheepishly say, I think I hit her in the mess of it all when everything was falling down. Couldn't really tell, but I'm pretty sure. She's gonna live, right?
Novi will look to Athena at her confession, then turn to look at Heinrich. Heinrich, you're still wearing your helmet?
Mm-hmm. So let me just see how well he's handling this body language wise. She can definitely tell that he is barely holding something back.
He's shaking with 4 hits on a composure?
It would be needing a lot more hits. Because he's really not happy about this. That Athena, wounded Sloman, and didn't even bother to make sure she was okay or take her out of danger. Nearly killed a comrade and then left them.
Well, at this point, the sirens would be audible coming in from the distance. So, Henry, do you want them to take Sloman and Novi with you, or are you just skedaddling on your own? So Henry will tense up and say, well, part of the team, right? Come on, Novi, ready to move a bit? And Novi will say, oh, yeah, Sir Heinrich, perhaps we should tend to Sloman's needs first, and then discuss reprimands with our fellows later?
Yes, we will speak about this in depth later, Lady Athena. The moment
Meanwhile,
Sloman's
sorry, go ahead.
mission is priority.
Well, I understood that you would have her. You'd have Sloman covered. There's nothing I could do to help her. And we still had whatever it was, I don't know what to call it. We still had the golem, the spirit, that's what you call it, out there, moving towards the sound of Novi and Henry, and I don't know who else was over there.
And neither you or the rest of our group decided to inform me that Novi was at risk as well.
I have no idea.
Henry says, all right, what about the orc? If he's not a threat, am I not going to waste Valkyrie's time anymore?
Pretty much it's a... Lady Athena, can you help get Sloman to the carriage? I need to speak with McGork before we leave.
Novi's on the comm with Hauser, making sure he hasn't left yet, saying, do you think you're going to be able to carry Heinrich, Sloman, myself, and Henry in your truck?
I should be able to if Heinrich leaves the armor in the trunk.
thought it was a truck.
It is. With
You
a
mean-
hard top. With a hard top cut.
Okay, you're calling that a trunk. Okay,
Yeah.
sure.
The
Yes.
cargo.
It's called
the
a
bed.
shell, but okay.
The cargo bed.
The bed, yes. Okay. Henry, do you think you and I could handle carrying Slowman? Wait, can your spirit carry Slowman? How strong is your spirit?
Why I asked Lady Athena to help.
Henry says, I can probably do it. I'm stronger than I look. So if Athena, if you're going to help between Novi and Henry and yourself, you can all carry Slowman.
All right.
Oh, you guys are doing that. I gotta speak with McGork before we leave. And the soldier, you see Heinrich walking back with his head really damaged.
Before that happens, though, Thrax wanted to try and small talk McGork, who, if I understand it correctly, didn't give a fuck.
Yep.
If he ignores
Getting okay.
if he ignores him for a bit, Thrax would start to push or shove McGork.
Seriously? You're
Or try to, like, hey, answer me.
Well, actually, you know what, Thrax?
Yes.
Trigon's gonna wake up pretty quick, and the moment your hand gets too close to McGork's chest, it's going to snap at your wrist with its massive maw. Do you pull your wrist back, or do you continue poking at McGork?
He would pull back.
So McGork, Dragon's recovering quickly.
It's not listening to me at all.
Yeah, that's true. It's staring down Thrax very angrily.
Then Thrax would go and heal, yield.
It's a good thing I'm really far away at this point.
You gonna roll for that, Thrax?
Yeah, I'm just had to look it up. Why is that 14? Yeah, okay. I'm going to edge that. There we go.
Well, damn.
It still kind of does a howling roar at your face, but then eventually just kind of settles down a bit, but still positions itself in such a way that if you do anything to McGork, it's ready.
Seems you still have trouble controlling it a bit. Has it not fully submitted to you?
Gorg is going to say, basically through, again, the indecipherable language of his, who wants a submitted mount when you can have a ferocious one?
Oh god, now we have something in common with Siegfried and...
So McGork, are you going to pop one of those plants for yourself as well, or are you just going to
Yeah.
suffer through the pain?
Yeah, he's going to, as soon as the Wolf's getting up. He pops one in his mouth too, and
Would
probably the
my
sirens are coming closer.
Sorry, and would what?
would my carnivore or
no,
carniflex?
not you. What was that you said, Frosty?
Are the sirens getting closer?
That will start happening shortly. This was happening in tandem.
Okay. Yeah, I was just making sure. So yeah, I'm going to pop a same flower kind of thing in my mouth and chew it.
Okay. And what were you asking, El Diablo?
Would my carniflex gold help translate what McGork is saying?
Not in the slightest. Unless you have rating 7, his accent is so heavy, the software only acknowledges it as intentional gibberish.
Or Yiddish.
No, Yiddish
given
is
that
an
the thing
actual
can
language.
And given that Carnivore Gold can actually figure out entirely invented languages, this is actually very impressive.
Oh, damn it. Ah! Well, there went my character sheet, damn it. Well, I'm assuming I don't have that high carniflex. It would be close at 6, but it would be like... Forgot to roll this, okay. What? Do you really want me to start speaking in Turkish as well?
I don't give a fuck.
Speak English!
Is any of this happening over comms? Like,
Doubtful. Unless Bishojo's recording it.
And as we've previously established, she doesn't care about anything. Why would she do that? If they start a fight, it might actually be good entertainment.
Well, it is a mighty beast, but it will need better training to truly be useful in war.
Speak English. No, you speak English. I am speaking English. You speak English. English, motherfucker. You speak.
That would be pretty close to the conversation that is taking place.
Yeah. Because in all honesty, McGork is speaking English, just very slangified and
Yes.
heavy, thick accented one.
But yeah, so the sirens have started to be within hearing range of Thrax and McGork during their very awkward conversation.
As the sirens are getting more audible, it looks like that McGork is trying to mount his wolf as he's ready to leave.
Thrax would give him a scowling nod. Until we fight again.
Ow, this fucker wants to fight again? Wow. These people are much more fun opponents than Heinrich. He's a boring tin can.
Speaking of which, the boring tin can is now on his way over towards you.
He is a good soldier, though I do not know if he has a true battle spirit yet.
That. As the sirens are getting closer, McGork would basically put some effort into his speech this time and try and make it as clear as possible that if you have any honor, you will let me leave and have that fight another day. Me and
Who's he?
Cox don't kinda
Is he saying that to Thrax?
Yes, to Thrax.
Okay. So he's basically talking real slow, as if to a slow child.
Well, Frax might interpret that as insulting, except I think he has cottoned on how hard he is to understand McGork. So we're like, I have known this, I won't stop you. The battle here is done.
So then
As soon as
Heinrich.
he...
Sorry.
Yeah, go on. Say what
I
Heinrich...
was saying Heinrich's arriving now, so.
Okay, Heinrich is gonna stay out. Would I overhear him saying, as a child, to honor him, have honor to honor him with letting him go, and a promise of a later battle? Did I hear that?
I would guess so.
Okay, just wanted to make sure I got confirmation, but I would Heinrich would yell out. We would gladly provide you with any duels with us that you wish, and your freedom for now. Due to you maintaining Novi's safety in the battle. Oh, did we lose connection to BT?
I should still be here, but for some reason
I'll
El
do-
Diablo is... His character is shown as still in movement.
Was mentioning earlier he was getting
So,
blackouts in his
what did
areas.
Heinrich say?
I was just asking to make sure that...
Weird.
Okay. But I was saying, like... I owe you for protecting Novi. Which, as for my understanding of you, is rather... I apologize out of character. You may freely go, and we promise you any duels with us that you wish at a later date. We are not honorless curs.
Next time, train your soldiers better, though. They were pathetic.
On the right-hand corner there appears a text saying, McGork will remember this. Has anybody played any of the Telltale games?
Yep.
I got it. Yeah, I just
Yeah, I got it.
So you can hear me
Telltale.
laughing.
Life is Strange, all of those games like that.
Borderlands.
Will remember this. Anyway, as he basically will just go, I will remember this, and make the wolf run away to the other direction of the cops or the sirens,
Yeah, and
leaving his group behind.
Heinrich would quickly speed over to the truck to get there so we can get out of here.
Okay, so Thrax, Bishojo, and Hauser, what are you three doing?
Frax is staying.
I'm gone with the others. With
Right,
those
sorry.
running.
So Bishojo and Thrax, where are you going to go to meet the cops? Are you going to go out to the street and meet them with Mary, or are you staying at the scene
We
of the
should
crime?
probably be with
Frax
Mary,
stays at the
since
scene.
she's our assigned protectee.
And she's your police liaison.
And Thrax, what about you?
Frax would stay on the scene, as he doesn't want any of the unconscious fellows to get back up, and if they do, it's just kind of like, yeah, keep them prisoner, or he knocks them out again.
How utterly violent of you. Okay. And Athena, how about you were the one I meant to ask, not Hauser. Sorry, Athena, where are you going to be?
What do you mean, where am I going to be? Am I not carrying out? I mean,
Well,
after...
once you load Sloman
Yes.
into the truck, are you going to stick around with Mary? Are you going to stick around with Thrax?
I guess I'll, load the outfit into the car, and then put on an actual clothing, make it so, she's dressed for the occasion, and then, like, leave the vehicle locked and come back to probably.
Well, the vehicle
Mary.
is leaving.
Oh no, she came in her own vehicle. Remember, we went over this.
Oh, okay then.
Yes.
All right.
And then she's
But
going
she's
to.
going to be with Mary.
Yes.
Okay. So Mary will look to Bish and Athena and say, so how are we handling this exactly? Just being relatively honest?
Why not? We were paid to take care of this thing, and we took care of it, right?
Out of character, maybe till you guys caught wind of it rampaging against a bunch of gangers.
Yeah, actually, Frax will actually kind of start to ask if there's a price on these gangers, and kind of suggesting that he wants a price for each of them.
Who is he asking, El Diablo?
Well,
He's by
once
himself with his
if
dog.
if cops come around where he is, then he would ask.
Right. Well, that hasn't come to pass yet.
Okie doke.
So Mary, Athena, and Bish. Mary will say, all right, so more to the point, are we going to say that we started this fight or not?
Well, that's a good point.
I didn't start the fight.
Yeah,
Technically,
but-
Athena did, didn't she?
No, Mary will respond to Bish. Yeah, but the crazy guy in the power armor, his Gillette seemed to throw the first punch.
I don't see any reason why they need to know that. We can leave that fact out.
Okay, so then why was there violence? Are we just going to say the gangers started it, and then it's their word against ours?
The thing showed up, right?
After, a few of them ended up getting killed.
I don't see any reason why the police need to know that.
The bodies are right there.
No, the point is, I don't see the reason the police need to know that happened before it showed up.
Right, well, I mean, the one that got ripped in half and all, and
Yeah.
by this point, wait,
clearly
hold on. By this point, the cop cars are right around the corner, and the lights are flashing. Mary brings her voice down lower, steps closer, basically, to make sure you can hear her. But the one whose head exploded from a bullet going through it...
They fire.
Can they prove that it was done with a gun? Something tells me they're not going to find that bullet. If it was EX explosive, I know they won't find that round.
All right. Well,
And she did notice Hauser picking up all of his brass casings.
no, they wouldn't have, because he was left alone when he did that. But, yeah, Mary will say, all right, well, I guess I'll take your lead on that particular fact, but not the world's best liar. I'll just say that straight up.
But you're only speaking half-truths. You're not technically lying at that point.
At this point, the cops are pulling up, and Bish, what are you doing with your firearms?
Being the one that's just slung across my back? I see no reason to hide it. After all, we were employed. And I can absolutely convince I have all the proper licenses for all this. Just like I can convince them that this was all the golems doing.
All
She
right,
can talk. She can beat the phase. That's fine.
Right, so the cops are going to pull up and basically, following standard routine, ask you to identify yourselves. Mary will say she's the one on the line with the agents. They'll ask why they haven't heard from her for a while. She's like, sorry, I just want to make sure that and she obviously can't come up with a good excuse. So Bish, Athena, either of you want to try and give a reason why Mary put the cops on hold?
He was doing battle with a magical spirit. You can't expect a mage to multitask, clearly.
Harry will nod and point to Bish, and that's you. I thought you still have edge. Really?
He has 5 to with, so yeah, she actually still has edge.
Okay. The cops
That's
seem
with the wound modifiers.
the cops seem to accept this, and Athena, Bish, you both identify yourselves by the identities that you signed up with.
Yes.
Yes, of course.
All right. And basically, SWAT cops will start advancing with magical support, and they'll ask you for further details on what they're walking into exactly. Do you hold anything back as far as what they are going to see when they get there?
Well, Athena already put away her power suit, so technically yes. But
No,
what exactly do you mean?
What are you describing that they're going to find? A seriously busted up body with a magical aura on it, and pieces of the golem in a pile, as well as Thrax and his 2 dogs, and some dead bodies and some unconscious gangus.
Was that Thrax on the list of people hired?
Yes.
Yeah, Thrax did
Okay.
actually show up to the police place, but he didn't bring his dogs.
Okay.
Just stick to the basics. Anything that's not important for them to know right this second, we can leave out. But yeah, bunch of dead and injured gangs over there, along with what's left of the thing that we killed.
I didn't hear you mention Thrax.
Oh yes, and one of our coworkers who will, I'm sure, identify himself when you arrive.
Athena, anything to add?
He's probably currently making sure that the scene stays safe from any third party that tries to enter the scene. Or keep witnesses around, I guess.
Would both of you mind rolling common sense wound modifiers to be included?
Logic plus intuition.
Indeed. Bish, also roll composure, please. Again, wound modifiers need to be accounted for. Okay, so Bish, you will also remember, and you'll have just enough fucks to give, that there's also Phobos and Deimos that the cops should be made aware of.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I guess I should mention that. Oh yes, and watch out for his pets. They're relatively tame.
That's all you're saying, huh?
And
It's a
magically
pair of
blonde.
dogs. Strange dogs, but he's a strange kind of guy.
All right. So Thrax, you're going to have some cops shouting at you to show your arms and keep your dogs at heel.
Show your arms, he just starts flexing.
Well, Frax does so as you said, though. He seems to remain very friendly, like, "Ah, officers! Good to see you. I have this criminal scum ready for your arrest."
Okay. And they'll basically give you a quick question of who are these people and what happened?
Intruders. Criminal scum, probably gangers. They attacked us when we came in here, and I don't think they belong here at all. Pretty sure if you check them, they don't have sins.
Okay. That's odd coming from you, Thrax, but okay.
Frax has a sin.
Oh yeah, no, it's just funny that he'd think in those terms. But yeah, I think that basically wraps us up. Did anyone want to do anything in particular before we finalize tonight?
I'm good.
Yeah, I think
Get paid, get drunk.
I think unless the cops try to arrest Frax or something, it would be fine.
Frosty, you're typing something?
Yep. I am.
Is that something you want to say?
No, not really.
Okay. Henry Hauser, I don't think I heard Hunter.
All good on Hauser's end.
All good on Heinrich's end.
Except he's going to show Novi, I put this many fucking bullets in it and it didn't go down.
Stop hating on my squire.
And then Athena's gonna be like lifting her fist and foot. And he's like, I put these ones in it and it went down. I'm kidding, out of character.
Okay, then. So payment on this one's going to be a little bit iffy, but what you're getting out of this is essentially Mary Morgan as a free contact for all of you. Originally, she was going to refuse Hauser, but something he did afterwards made her rethink things. Yeah, so you can all take her as a level 2 loyalty contact. That's the word I'm looking for. Except for Bishojo and Athena, who get her at level 3, and Henry. Actually, yeah, Henry as well, level 3.
So Mary Morgan is connection 1, loyalty 2, or 3?
Yes, and actually it will be connection 2, sorry.
Okay, connection 2 and 2, or 2 and 3.
And so I get her at 3 and 3?
No, her connection is 2.
And then her loyalty's at 3. Okay.
Those who stayed get her at 3, those who left in the truck get her at 2.
And she also gave a higher one to Henry for Henry being a magician.
I stayed.
No. She doesn't like you. Too manly. But yeah, so actual new yen payment, I'm going to have to hammer that out a bit, but someone with negotiations might want to speak with the police.
Well, yeah, Frax will actually try to get payment for the criminals he subdued.
Let me take a shot at it.
What's her negotiations without injuries?
JoJo's?
Yeah.
Oh, dice pool's about 15, and I still got an edge point to use.
Okay.
No,
So
without the wounds.
Yeah, that's a 15 without the wounds. It's right now it's sitting at 11.
Ah, okay.
okay. So yeah, then you beat her Athena by 1. So yeah, Athena could probably assist, but you can definitely.
So yeah, if the two of you, why don't you go ahead and do an assist roll first, Athena, and then we'll have Bishojo's roll.
If I have no skill in negotiation, I can use an edge point to kind of make a Hail Mary, right?
That is correct, but it doesn't explode.
So do we have edge for this or no?
If you still have edge right
I
now,
don't have any edge.
then
Okay. All right. So this is
Now, do I make this with my wounds still on here or not?
assist.
I definitely don't make a good negotiation for it.
And no, this will not be happening the same day, Bishojo.
Yes. So if it's not happening the same day, overnight would the edge not regenerate at all?
No, it won't because it's still
Oh.
part of the same mission.
Oh, okay.
Edge
I
is
thought-
a narrative thing.
Okay.
It doesn't function within the real world of the game.
All right.
All right. So, Bishojo, your negotiations will go fairly well. However, they will mention the fact that there were 3 dead gangers that were definitely killed by something other than the magical golem. For instance,
Only fire.
sorry, how many golems? Sorry, four of them. Although one of them they did detect the taint of the aura within it. The same thing that killed that ganger, however, also killed one of the other gangers that had no other magical aura on it. And that's also the same magic that their magic detective saw when somebody punched some ruins a couple of weeks ago.
Well, Athena probably would have brought it up when they mentioned the dead bodies instead of them being extremely like, listen, we basically found someone whose aura we did recognize from earlier. But before they got to that point, Athena would be like, yeah, during the fight with the gangers, one super crazed hobgoblin was going to kill Bishojo, so I stepped in and probably applied a little more force than needed to ensure her safety and survival.
And the cops will say, yeah, and we're not really too upset about that. However, it is a bit of a hassle to deal with bodies, and, you know, we also have to consider the potential threat you represent to the safety of other people, considering your very essence of who you are is lethal. But you did a great service to this city and this nation, in fact. So we're going to kind of overlook the fact that there were some people who were dead that really shouldn't have been dead. But in return, we expect you to also consider that, you know, the amount we're offering is really more than reasonable.
I can't say I'm happy with that, but I understand. I think that is fair.
And, you know, basically that lunatic, the Turkish one, we're really throwing you a bone by not throwing him in jail.
Well, I don't know. How much more...
I'm assuming Frax is not here to hear that.
No, this negotiation would be happening with the ladies.
Good, good.
Yeah, Basojo says, how much was that one worth to you? Because I might actually be willing to let you throw him in jail.
Athena, are you going to counter-argue this?
Sorry, what? What?
Basically, the cops are saying Thrax was a pain in their ass, and so because of that pain, you guys shouldn't be making you shouldn't complain about how much you're getting paid.
Well,
meanwhile, Bishojo says, maybe you should just throw him in prison anyway, because I want to get paid more.
I'd like to point out, regardless of how lackluster the communication you had with Thrax, he was one of the key individuals that helped in general defeat the Ferret Golem. Had he not first stepped in to hold the Golem, I wouldn't have been able to land an incredible start to what ended with a positive end to that fight. He was a key asset to the team.
I would disagree, but...
No, literally, you gave me the opportunity to actually hit him without a fight back. And I guess I burned an edge to do the same thing. But yeah,
Right,
that's what I said.
So, Bishojo, are you going to make this a negotiation battle against Athena? How
Nah,
badly do you
not
want to
enough
get
fucks to
paid?
give.
Okay.
This is still going to cover more than enough rent and beer money, I have a feeling.
He was hoping. After all, we did just save the city from a golem that could not be killed by, well, most likely could not have been stopped had we not stepped in without a lot higher paycheck being given out.
Out of character, if you guys had just followed McGork's instructions, it would have been no magic necessary. But oh well, that's out of character.
Yeah.
Would you think we were in character?
And following his instructions, I understand, would be next to impossible for the language barrier. I know.
More importantly, the cops don't know that.
Well, Thrax was trying.
No, go on.
El Diablo?
Well, Thrax was trying. That was basically why he tried to lift the thing and then later tried to taunt him, because he wanted him to chase him to the tower.
Okay, and then Frosty?
I was just about to say that maybe it's better that nobody got the golem to the towers, because that would have been nasty.
What? Okay. Now that we're like done with the actual fight, what would have happened had we brought the golem to the towers?
They were chlorine towers.
Yeah, no.
So basically,
Chlorine plus iron equals
explosion.
chlorine gas.
Mustard
Well,
gas.
Yeah. So it would have killed the golem and us potentially.
Well, no.
If you didn't have chemical protection.
I do.
I do.
No, you didn't because you took your armor off.
Oh yes, but I mean that's true.
And the golem would have been screwed off because it couldn't.
He would have
blown
rusted to
that
death.
Well, but everybody who's breathing in the gas, well, yeah, that's a little bit worse. Say goodbye to your lungs.
No one ever said McGork was smart, just that he had a plan that would have killed the golem.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Again,
this is what.
remember, his logic is one.
Yeah, and it's
Intuition
logic like,
five.
and it's logic like this is the reason why Heinrich was no way going to go involved with the plan. That's why I decided to slam him into the ground instead of taking him to the tower. Because
Frankly,
Heinrich
with
would not
Logic 1, I'm
trust.
surprised he knew that chlorine and iron were a bad combination.
It's more that
I
one
didn't
of
know
his-
chlorine and iron were a bad combination.
One of his henchmen basically told him, and he's like, that's a great idea. Let's do that.
I was just kidding, boss.
That would have been an absolutely terrible plan, and I'm glad we didn't do it. Because Thrax probably would have been very injured. Well, this is all assuming that it doesn't do exactly what it happened, or it becomes pieces, and then we have to fight it in a spirit until it consumes someone else.
Outside of us, think about what that would do to the city depending on where this thing is and where the wind's blowing.
Well, there's already lethal acid rain in this area, so really, I don't think you do much more damage to the atmosphere.
I was referring to the innocent people breathing it in.
Yeah. Direct exposure to chlorine gas is not the same as acid rain, even really strong acid rain.
In any event, I think that wraps us up for this mission. But we'll just have a quick chat.
User in your
about
channel stopped
next
recording.
week's